reason hast thou come?
A solid position.
What a ruckus.
So tired, boss.
Do not disrupt my thought process.
What does he give?
Disrupted my train of thought.
Oh, they give transfer points, right? Very, very disappointing. But he'll be fine. Fine there.
The fool flaunting his gallantry reaches none with his vanity.
Don't bother telling me your names.
Incoming.
Oh, it's those fuckers.
I won't sleep on the job.
Kill him, Truce. I did not.
Here I am.
And oh, I can deploy another. Okay.
A true battlefield. This is the right place to settle things.
リラックスして。
Karasamu.
What a
Do I not have the... Whatever.
fool. For what reason hast thou come?
Oh my god. Just go now, you bastards.
Here I am. Got it.
Let's hope Amia can kill that fucking thing. Come on, donkey girl, let's go!
None will escape.
Take aim. My toxicant is ready. Honey to me, poison to you.
As expected.
Honey to me, poison to you. There you are.
What the fuck? I don't fucking seafood buffet, I don't care. Mumsy.
Thy pleas falleth upon deaf ears.
Take aim.
Fuck.
As expected.
don't know who got through. Oh well. I don't think getting perfects is as important on this mode.
These results are unsurprising.
Holy shit. I did not think through my team at all. Fuck. Oh. So tired. Ads. Oh.
Ciao, Doctor.
Internet died. Internet died 5 minutes in stream. Like, come on. We don't need that. Fuck it. At this point, you know, I can only hope. I'm going to start doing Babel. Means it's time for the reading. All I know is that this is a prequel. Molly cries and screams. To weather the blizzard, a girl wraps him within her cloak and wipes away his tears. Freezing, gusting, the air streams on. Softly, the Cyclops tells of an epic tale, far, far away. Though the snowstorm seems, her voice comes. The myriad souls' calls become harmony with it. The boys' whimpers the drum of their beat. This dream is bitter cold. Within, the girl seizes a faint breath. She covers the boy's eyes and closes her own. Even now, even here, for them the ballad from 1,000 years ago is still playing. Armies fall upon our home. Armies fall upon our home. Them I saw from far away. From valleys and hills, our lands they starred. The king slaughtered, the myriad souls did lament. Yet one sovereign fell, 6 heroes rose. They blew the horn and led the fight, faced their foes. Alas, the wondrous cities collapse, to ruin swift as the fleeting peace elapsed. When all seemed lost, a black crown appeared. The twins brought hope where dread had reared. Spreads the rift, giving birth to betrayal. Their assassination in the hearts of the tempest, them I saw from afar. A sword to slay the regent king, a spear to pierce the royal ring. Legends ends as justice calls, to righteous fate the mighty falls. That's how this episode ends. The Cyclops fades into the blizzard of the dreamscape, leaving the child behind her. The boy's own cries grow distant from his ears. He wakes. Summer 1094. Outskirts of an abandoned town, Casdell. This is how the episode ends, Estlon. My story is over. That is what my people, the Cyclopses bound for the Deep Morph, saw as they gazed their last of Casdell. Was this page from a long-lost history, a possible future yet to come, or plain meaningless gibbering? None new for the past millennium, until they came, and fate's rapid begin to narrow into a surer course. And now the fate she saw has dawned before our eyes. Howdy. I don't care. I'm surprised you do hear me out. I hope you're doing good. Wait, there's an There's an artist badge? Wait. Wait a second. I'm trying to remember. Is there an artist badge? There is. Ah, fuck. Fuck. Let's see. There. You should have it now. Any plans for Halloween? I'm doing it's Orc Timber. No, not Orc Timber. Orktober. That's what I meant. Orktober. I'm this next week I'm going to be building a bunch of orcs on stream, pretty much, and painting them. Hopefully all within the week, which will be a pain in the ass, but that's the plan. Bye. Not held up because I had to replace X-Acto blades. Like, is my Discord working? It might be a bit funky. I've been fucking with the settings a lot on Discord because I'm trying to get Discord to display when I'm streaming automatically, but it's being very fucking weird. I also had to spend a lot of time fixing OBS recently, and so while that's open, I couldn't get notifications. Like, it wasn't, like, OBS wasn't showing VTube Studio, so I couldn't show my fucking model on stream, and I was just like, that's bad. I need to fix that. It's alright. Surprise, you're eating me out. Light red blood creeps along his mask, trickling down his chest. Astalon's eyes narrow a hair. He's out of luck. You're about to die, so I gave you one last token of respect. Yes, you can. You're free to chat, message me. You can also message, like, just directly in the Discord as well. Because not a lot of people chat in there, so I pretty much see everything that is posted there. Oh yeah, I see ya. Wait. Those prophecies never did gnaw at you, and all the time we knew each other, no? That's why you'll never understand how a greedy soul thirsts to control his fate. Choose better last words. I know how you hurried to convene with those Babel members, but it's not time yet. It's not time yet for you to leave. Look, the catastrophe is near. Ah, funny. I'm curious now. What was it you found within the storm? Step aside. No commission left unfinished. The rule I set myself back when I was at the Star Market. Alive. A dawn-like mist is wound around the Cyclops' neck as Astalon vanishes behind him, leaving his body to dangle over the cliff's edge. You never did see. You ever seen your own end, then? I don't care for prophecies. We all have that in common. But fact is, none of us can outrun fate. Do you want to struggle out of it? What makes you not? Why can you not? How can you not? Never forget, you have your place in the prophecies too. Whimpering, storming. Plaintive chant rings in their ears in the eulogy over the horizon from the convulsions of the banshees sucked into the storm's eye. Astalon gives an involuntary shudder. She is told from head to toe. Indescribable pain rips from behind her ears down to the soles of her feet. This nameless elegy, this ill omen. Farewell, Casdell. A single sigh reaches Astalon. Her hand tightens fast until not even the faintest sound will leave Starlight's throat again. And then she lets go. Damned fate. In a blink, the tremendous figure of the Cyclops becomes no more than a speck below the overhang. The mist scatters to the storm, the shadow of a hood goes with it, all vanishes within the teardrops falling from the cliff. Gas, rolls of thunder from catastrophe clouds, whistles as the sand is swept across the barrens. The sound of everything culminates in silence. Goats, indeed. The goats. Londinium, Victoria. Now, lift your head, Sartaz of hers. If you would still see through the calling she bestowed on you, here I stand, come, step forth. You may avenge her. My name is etched onto my clothes. Stitched by Her Highness Theresa's own hands, I can feel it faintly burning right this moment. I know what that means. The mission she assigned us is over. We'll clash with you no more. The Sartaz do not draw on each other before the invader. We pledge our loyalty to you, Regent. So long as you still hold your zeal and earnestness for the Sartaz, we will trust you with our lives. Even though you nearly ruined all the plans we set up in Victoria? Should the military commission put us to death, we'll be willing to die. As long as it could bring a better end. An end as she wished. A moment ago, you were a renegade. You were the renegades in chief, all but ready to entome our plan. How can I possibly believe Manfred? As she wished, you said. Your name, Deathmonger, Julie. I'll remember it, and I'll hand you your final mission. Guards, assassins, mercenaries, survival the sea of bloodshed, one and all. You are to enter the Mausoleum of Kings. You are to render Victoria's iron heart a strap. You are to ambush and wipe out every last steam knight. You let us take part in the Commission's tour plan to enfeeble Londinium. Manfred will take good care of you. There's no chance we leave that place alive, is there? You're welcome to fight for it. Very well. What's keeping you here? I'm just taking it in. I'm looking at the one who fostered Astalon. She never rid herself of you. I swore to follow Her Highness Theresa with no inkling that the tale of the mixed blood twins, rewriters of Kazil's history, would end this way, let alone that this disposable life of mine had a place in it. Farewell, Your Highness Theris. I take my hatred of you to the grave. Rhodes Island of Babel, Kazdel. Keep going, Elsit. Never since the day she was born has this corridor felt so endlessly long, the Taltsit. Monster. My dame. Do not bury us, Kazdel soil to not hold any more traitor. Finish him. I know even now, I know that even left on your own, your step will never falter. Amia, doctor. Anxious trying. Systems unresponsive. This is... Monster, cut the door down. Monster, meltdown. You believe loneliness is yours, that you have none of the same kind, yet from the day you woke again, we walked shoulder to shoulder, haven't we? Immortal empires turned to dust, elder scepters rent in two under ancients' rallying cries. Pulses over the sky like a surge, the immutable rhythm of the stars, from repleasant glimmer to dull collapse. Death, rebirth, the all-encompassing cycle. She's ever so familiar with it. Agitated howling. Theresa. Yet still one day, I'll choose to slow down, to stop in place where I am. When I do, Culsit, don't grieve, keep going. Culsit subconsciously searches her memory. Death, rebirth, the all-encompassing cycle. No. It's not the same this time, not quite. From the first time, she must bid to the first who could ever converse with her as an equal to her dearest friend, farewell. 30 The call sit. It's time to say goodbye. Amia, Doctor. But I always say one day our wanderings is bound to end. One day the Sarkaz's wanderings is bound to end. Now your wandering too has reached its end point. I knew full well that this possibility existed. Why? I should have stayed behind. It's my... Because I believed in Rhodes Island. I believed in Babel. I believe in you. Elsit, I hope the roads can be a place you call home, an island you may always return to. I already did everything I could. I won't harbor complaint for my own end. Babel's mission is concluded, while you and this land ship have only just set sail. I'm not the same kind as you, Tulsit. I cannot explain away your puzzlement. But I've always been your companion. Then, now, and after. I will always be with you all. Depression. What a depressing opening. I know this is all I know is this is like a prequel to the main story, of which I'm not very far, all things considered. Because I'm literally just not I don't have the guys for it. Okay, this is Shrimple. Like a little $40. Default squad. Let's see. Horn, I'm replacing you with Hoshiguma. Oh, because she's just better. Lancet, your existence is no longer necessary. Feels weird. Let's see. What am I lacking? 2 defenders, 2 supporters, 2 guards. I'm just gonna replace you with Mer. Why am I thinking so hard? We're already fucking over leveled. What? 64 years ago, autumn 1030. What the fuck is this place? Star Market, Casdell. Wounded mercenary, you protect this tag around your neck with your life. You're my precious property, slave. You understand? You better be worth something. He looked so fucking sad. Stay here and don't move. You inspect the goods. The slave trader casts a glance at the silent slave behind the mercenary's back, then slowly shakes his head. Taka, why did you pop in here and stream your nihilism? Or are you just trying to... Are you slave RPing? I'm not selling you. Like, no way, I might. I need the money. Ignore me. Found him on the way here, dying of thirst, about to become a mingler child. Thought he could fetch a good price. I came from Tasdell. I can find someone who... Doesn't matter to us where you're from, slave. Say our Higatnashinese for all we care, as long as someone buys you out. I'm just checking if you got a tail. You never know where these mercenaries get their goods. I promise you, he's clean. You better not be messing with me, cash or barter. Ain't gonna live long enough for money to mean something. Give me some good weapons. You're the boss. He's second rate at best. I'll net you 2 blades, freshly cast. How about you take another look if your eyes open this time? You can dress him up as first rate, but it won't change anything. If you don't like our offer, feel free to get lost. Put that machete of yours away. This is the star market you're in. And you throw in more. I was out on the Lithuanian border before I got back. I've got first-hand intel about the whole war and the... Well, here's something I've... for nothing. Careful what you spew out of your mouth if you want to stay alive here. Nothing around you have valuable first-hand intel. You want to guess where that'll get you? Leave the goods and Stram, you're holding up the line. Not happy? Drown your sorrows at the bar. Our boss, Star Eyes, brews one heck of a drink. Doesn't matter if you can't pay your tat. They'll take your weapons as collateral merch. One more thing. Where did you run your bounty, bar? I'm here to strike it rich. The bar of folk will happy to inform you. Sartas swearing. Well, back to the slave, but... The merc stares around this floating hub hidden away in the giant subterranean hollow beneath Kazdel. Amidst the moans of slaves, a faint yet constant rumble of lava and bursts of originium dust can be heard rising from beneath the market. Eyeing the rugged path behind, the mercenary recalls the perils he faced to reach here from the surface and shudders. That's how many people are there in that goddamn chasm? Enough to break your fall if you jumped? Welcome to the Star Market, Greenhorn. You'll love it here. What's the deal over there? Why the crowd? Probably another big name just rolled back into town. Aren't you here to strike it rich? Go on then, I'd rather keep my horns out of all that mess. The merc vaguely makes out a pale white figure, glittering through the chaotic gloom of the street. White clothes, you don't see that every day in Kazdel. You're injured. Tell me something I don't know. Last time I was here, it was someone else handling transactions. Yes. You're referring to my grandfather. He never stopped to brag about he'd fought you and lived. Unsurprised you remember him in the good sense, though. That means he wasn't lying all this time. He must have been 60 years ago by now. General Theris. Already? How sad that nothing here has changed at all. I imagine with Her Highness here too, there'll be no more violence this time, eh? Even if things get bloody, eventually you'll leave, but we'll always be here, General. We'll always have business so long as Kazdell's unrest never rests. Even now, I remember one thing my grandpa mentioned in his boast. He said to you, it's the land of Kazdell that needs us. Theris looks at the slaves, their head down in their cages. He draws his sword. War and turmoil have necessitated this trade for over a century, this star market. Provided you can reach the surface alive, take a fresh look at Kazdel. Much of what you know will soon change. All Sartaz will be part of this change. All? Us too? Yes, I'm not inclined to explain our vision to the likes of you, but I'll stay here a while longer and wait for a return. Until then, I welcome you mercenaries to challenge me just as 60 years ago. I'll take you to Kazdel, willingly or otherwise. His voice isn't loud, but every Sartaz present hangs onto every word. The mixed-blood Sartaz stands low. No retinue, no army, armed only with an ordinary-looking longsword, casually held in a hand that wields it. His steely gaze pierces through the dim of the street, settling calmly in the direction of the only person he cares for. Oopst. You can dismiss the mercenaries in ambush. No doubt they're your most trusted men. This is out of my respect for the King of Sartaz. None aside from the general can claim to know your true motives. Your Highness, do you truly believe this can change the fate of the Sartaz? That you're just not another ill-fated hero caught in a cycle of hope and failure? Once the dust is settled, your answer will come naturally. Following that feared victory, we built from zero a moving city, the great nomad of Sartaz soil for over a century now. We can evade catastrophes and foreign armies. Our development has finally reached a point of basic self-sufficiency. But it's so far from enough. The storm has long been brewing on the horizon, but we were too oblivious, like a burdened beast too slow to react, too old to move. Your Highness, you must be referring between that war between Letharin and Dull? Hi, Dan. Oh, God. This is not correcto. The redeemed a little fucky because I've changed the positioning of my fucking thing. Lower. Upper. That's better. Damn, those lights are all the way up. Yes. Hi, Dan. Trying to make sure my thing doesn't fucking break. I've had to do a lot. It kind of got fucked up because VTube Studio stopped working earlier this week, so some things are a bit stuffed. Surely you two are aware of the magnitude of that war. Torcia. See, I even secretly hired our royal tort casters as a consultant, but despite appear seclusion, Lithrin's witch king thought Dole's offenses with his opening move. And even now, Ursus and Victoria have also declared war on Dol. These present empires have played a might so far removed from the enemy 130 years ago, against which we sought all Tazdel just to barely prevail. That was already a victory in name only. If Tazdel must now be thrust into the same situation, how could it possibly end? It is for this end that you wish to establish the military commission of Tazdel. Yet the old aristocrats of the royal court grew resentful, refusing to relinquish their scrumptious city lies and viewing this as an attempt to challenge their privileges. A century of peace is enough for certain memories to slip their minds. So it made you deny to come here in person. Do you see the star market as the royal court for the bottom feeders, where the lights of us straight by and make merry? My only hope is for more Sartaz to join us and resist the voices that refuse to embrace change. Resist? Perhaps your highness meant terrorize, purge. What I want is a reform, not a slaughter. So what's the reward? The star market's not a real royal tort. What we have here are mercenaries is partnership, not fealty. Without compensation, no one will work for us. Reward. Are the spoils of war not enough? Are the riches, power, or food that should dawn to the hungry people not enough to sate your appetite? You claim to provide shelter and a livelihood for countless Sartaz warriors of your rhetoric or justice, yet I can almost hear the bones crunch as you squeeze them dry for profit. Sorry, but in this business we eat people whole and chew on their bones. Star-Eye, you too are Sartaz, you too are part of Tazdel. Well, Theresa cannot see what expression lies behind Star-Eye's mask. His emotions are clear as the day before her pitch-black crown. No commoner in Tazdel would ever dare defy the royal court. But in his emotions, all Theresa sees is fervor and bloodthirst. You won't refuse. Why would I? Do you think I'm scared they'll take revenge on me? The royal court's no mystery to me, Your Highness. Your Highness knows that plenty well. And let me say, you've promised me, no doubt, the best reward I could ask for. We thrive on chaos, and I can see the level of chaos you'll bring upon Taz. The fact that you've kept the name Star tells me your ideas haven't changed. Like you said, the nations of Terra have grown tremendously in power over the last century. We could throw more remnants into the soul furnace and stroke its flames, but it'll not close the gap. Why force the people, who aren't really the same race, to band together, call themselves the Sartaz, and build a giant target called Tazdel? The war between the four superpowers have proven that the other Terran nations can accept our existence as mercenaries, and that's where the star market comes in. Your Highness surely knows that we've become a commodity, a community, because many of us can never fit into the elitist, bloodline-obsessed royal court. In all these years, I may have helped just as many Sartaz find a new way of life as the 6 heroes, if not even more. And I'm not the least bit ashamed to say it, Your Highness. King of Sartaz. Theresa doesn't reply. All she offers is a faint smile at the Cyclops. It suddenly occurs to Star-Eye that the King of Sartaz belongs to no royal court and represents no bloodline. Her sole aim is to persuade the Sartaz, who are unwilling to believe that Tazdel can be built, some of whom have even committed crimes for this cause, to believe once more. But is she enough to break free from the cycle of tragic failures, from the ending she foresaw? Come to think of it, there's one thing I don't get, Your Highness. I might have agreed to help you, but why didn't you and the general there simply burn this place to the ground before the day's end? I would have a little chance of winning if you decided to do so, just like you did 60 years ago. A minute ago, you described Tazdel as nothing but a target that you want and that you want another way for the Sartaz to live, one that would have them depend on other nations. Yes. So tell me, in your prophetic visions, have you seen Tazdel's destruction? Have you seen my death? Theris' death and the destruction of all that you stand against. And what about yourself? How do you behold your death? A slow and agonizing death by oropathy? Slain in battle on foreign soil? Or drowned in a sea of plots and conspiracy? Have you ever left this place and seen Kazdel as it is now? Have you ever truly seen the future? Is this your way of asking for a prophecy? I don't give handouts, but for your highness, I'll consider a discount. Such nerve. No wonder you're able to claw your way out of the bleakness and rebuild this mercenary paradise. Well, pass on the prophecy. Prophecies and fate have no value. It's getting late. I look forward to your return to Kazdel. He watches her go and heaves a long sigh, only when her footsteps fall from earshot. Son of a bitch. Foresight prophesies his own death. He bought his toffin this very morning. Tally up the losses. Boss the slaves. Set them free. They're bound to get tangled up in the star market after the war begins anyway. At most, we lose out on some pocket change. Did anyone take on General Theris and survive? Yes, I've noted them all down. Take them to supplies for a little reward. They got real balls. When you're done, take them to the bar entrance and kill them all in front of everyone. Send their heads to General Theris as an apology. Got it. Send their rewards to whatever family and friends they have as bereavement. Tell every merc looking to make a living in the star market I don't want to see anyone trying funny shit on my shirt. Brother just plays hardball. He heads alone to the bar, the tags on his float jangling with his every step. He stands prominently in cloud, watching as the blades take the light from the mercenary's eyes. Oh. Welcome back, Pixel. Sorry I got cut off. My internet fucking died midstream, like 5 minutes in. I love it. It's great. Still, no one fights back. Utter disappointment. Saints are on the house tonight, both to celebrate the two highnesses sparing your lives, and to celebrate the huge gig you've all just landed. Your objective is in Kazdel. Get your shit ready, soon you're all gonna be up in the city. Secret entrance to the Star Market, Kazdel. Not so secret if the fucking rulers know about it. You've been as quiet for some time now, Theresa. Are you hesitating? No, I have confidence in you. A reshuffle of the War Council is inevitable, it's just. I've been thinking about the city's future. War won't stop itself at all. Our pace has fallen too far behind. Torsa once commands an inevitable fleet of dreadnoughts and dart battalions. The Mad King of Litterin has more than his arts in his arsenal to effect Dahl's failure. The industrial might of both Ursus and Victoria in the throes of a large-scale war have far surpassed our imaginations. Many assume to know war like the back of their hand simply by living long enough through it. If our concept of war still lingers on the great battles from a century ago, then we have drastically underestimated how quickly war can nourish empires and fuel dictatorships. This is exactly why we need a military commission. It's more than that, Theris. I know. When the day comes when the Sartaz wish to live on, if a brittle, creaking city is all they have to call their own, it'll be far from enough. You remember the idea I proposed back when Talsit was designing the city's blueprints with us? Babel. To transcend the borders of race and nation that go far and wide in our ideals and our epics, founded by a Sartaz. We will prepare Kazdel for the coming crisis, strive to eradicate the poverty and disease that have plagued them for millennia, and send a message to all of Terra. There will come a future when we all stand as one. The Sartaz, too, are part of Terra's destiny. This is not the first time Therisas have heard of her idea. Apart from the dame who left after helping build the nomadic city of Kazdel many years ago, he alone knows the true belief of the current king of Sartaz. Kazdel won't accept this Babel. You and I both know that well. It's but a dream of attempting to subvert reality. Yes, for now at least. We can't be talking to such random ideals while even on our own affairs are slipping away from us. It's my hope this Babel can become part of Casdell. There's. Are you prepared then? As I said before, it's not just the other nations that will oppose you. Casdell and the Sartas clinging to their hatred will also stand against you. It's true, the force them to forgive and forget the persecution of Sartas is not history. The ancient hatred is what drives many to survive until this day. I am the king of Sartas. The responsibility is all mine to bear. I must show them a way out of this. I see. Then go, do what you will. Theresa, I still do not approve of your vision, but I do support your decision, and the future military commission will, too. If your days are set too far to see what lies before you, then I shall sweep away all that obstructs you at the moment, just as always. I know. Come, let's go home. Casdell still needs us for what's about to happen. Ah yes, Star-Eye mentioned the prophecy again as I was leaving. The signs of a pessimistic fate. Any reaction? I don't care. Agreed. Fuck off. Casdell, a strange yet familiar name. Many from this great land see as a pit from which devils crawl, a terrible place to be avoided at all costs. While to the Sartas, the name only evokes equally conflicted emotions. What the fuck? Despite generations of Sartas passing on that Casdell's the Sartas' homeland, an outsider might wonder if they mean the city or the entirety of those lands. Perhaps only they themselves know. What the fuck is that thing? It never struck me on the way out just how high the wall is. Oh well, at least I can go home alive now. That means I'm pretty lucky. That man at the Star Market, that was General Theros, the first of the city's founders, the hero of that legendary campaign. If only I had the courage to ask him to take me in, maybe I could have just been dreaming again. He sits atop the high wall, experiencing for the first time a new lease on life. Few of Casdell's civilians are save for those children who haven't yet cottoned onto the fear of death ever climb onto the city wall. If the tremendous pipes and tubes piled high can even be called a wall, it's an intricately tangled forest of Originian spites that can take the lives of anyone losing their footing, also serves as a haven for pilfers and mercenaries to stash their goods. Smugglers and vagrants cross through the dark underground, peeking out from the tunnels and drains at mines and factories, stuttling from one corner of the city to another. The life the slave once knew. The general gave me a fresh start, so what should I do from now on? He gazes at the furnace, burning and smoldering far away, teeming with indiscernible workers as they carry Originium steel, dirt, and stones into its hearth. To Casdell, the nomad, its flames bring motion, while the molten metal that blows out adds a new appendage to the city. For a whole century, it's belched its incessant black smoke. None knew whether it's ash or Originium dust. Some say it's a bitter anger and anguish as the remnants exhale their last breaths. Witchcraft altars hang high in the sky, intermittently flashing their blinding rays. The slaves have heard many different versions of their urban legend. The most frightening version claims that the royal tortcasters were day and night on the altars, watching everything and listening to every conversation in the city. Maybe I can try my luck at the factories too. It doesn't matter what else, I've made it back alive. It's been months since I left. I don't know how many of my friends are still alive. What a depressing place to live. The nomadic city of Casdell. What happened here? Why are all the doors open and the furniture all smashed? Pulltop, you're back. It's you. What are you doing here? Where did you get that ornament? Something big is happening. Royal court nobles are being dragged out of their homes and killed by mercenaries appearing from nowhere, while the city guards do nothing. A lot of us have been sneaking into the empty houses, and boy, have we dredged up some good stuff. How are you still alive, though? Word got out you wanted to leave the city and find your own way, and after so long, we all assumed you died out there. You won't believe my luck. First, I was left to die without food or water. Then I was taken to the Star Market, but guess what? General Theros saved my life, and the general himself. Then on my way home, I ran into this guy with a halo over his head, calling himself a messenger, and he brought me all the way back to the city wall. So I decided to change my name to Good Luck starting the day. You guys should forget that lousy old name, right? A Divelo, a Sancta, and then the general. You should learn how to lie. Good luck. Believe me or not, buddy. But either way, today's a fresh new start for me. I know I don't be a miner. I looted a Nazarine's house earlier and found some hot air balloons. Want to launch me on one and put that luck of yours to good use? I'm in. Well, that was fast. Man, it feels good to be home. Good Luck glances around at the people swarming the street. This is the life he knows. If he wants to survive, the city will always offer him a way. Thank you, Fate, and thank you, General. What a lucky lad. What can possibly go wrong with our buddy Good Luck? Oh shit, is the mission actually fucking starting?
I can only hope this mission won't prove to be a waste of time.
Fuck, they're fast. Oh shit.
My speed and I hail from Victoria.
They're fucking ice skating. What the fuck?
Orders, please. Tactics sharpen the mind.
These guys are fucking weird.
A fine choice. I have an idea.
So this
Perfume.
Do not disrupt my thought process.
Let's see, we got 4 more. So I guess Silver Ash, Oshiguma.
I have an idea.
Very well.
Give him the buff. I don't even know why I have her here. I don't even fucking use her that often.
Do not disrupt my thought process.
They won't get away.
This is like the fucking level 20. It's like, it's not even a fucking challenge, really. It's just,
I have an idea.
it's just being nice, if anything.
Not one step forwards.
Ton them down, boys.
don't worry. My poison is not
Ice skating is prohibited. Gun them down. Cease or you will be fired upon. Okay. Time for 30 more minutes of reading before another actually playing the game. Autumn, 1031, what? 2 years? The mad city of Casdell. Hey, let me through already. Hey, no shoving. You want a good spell? I'll trade you mine for some high purity originium out of the mines. I'll just grab the leaflet out of my hands. Ugh, there's blood all, that blood all over you stinks. Can't help it when you're breaking into dead people's houses. Lindonez. That's how you read that word, right? Where's Lindonez? Doll. Oh, where's Doll? How the fuck should I know where Doll is? Hey, what's with the attitude? Shh, the highnesses and the royal court big shots are discussing something in the chamber. I heard it's about reorganizing. Have you noticed all the extra guards on the street recently? So quiet down a bit. Weather's been real stuffy today. That's a big ass fucking room for a tiny table. It is decided. The military commission will replace the war council in assisting the king of Sartas, Theresa, in decision making related to the Tazdell's military and political affairs. The military commission will be the sole administration of Tazdell, and none will have the authority to issue commands to the Sartaz in the royal court's name. All present have already received the details of this resolution. To the royal court leaders who still wish to cling onto the war council, know that the military commission of Tazdell will become the final bastion of Sartaz, our eternal fortress, and the usherer of a new order. Are there any further questions? Your Highness appears more haggard than you did yesterday. Please look after your health. No military commission is worth it if it comes at the cost of your highness's health. Leka Malin, thank you. I know how hard you have worked for this day, and I also know how Kazdel today views the banshees of the carnivals. But before I state our position, I encountered a lost envoy of liches on my journey here. He entrusted me with a letter for your highness. That he couldn't even find the road here, let this be proof of the immense changes Kazdel has undergone. A letter from Letherin. If things are going as expected, your highness's messenger would still not have received any news from the Cyclopses. Rather than waiting for a response from deep in the blizzard, should we not hear the liches of Letherin's answer? Why the oh no, Dan? What's happening? My friend is telling me to play League. You're friends with somebody that plays League? I'm sorry. He's being corrupted. You're right. It's been a very long time since the Sarkaz were able to truly unite. Oh? The ornate calligraphy upon the letter turns into silken threads that float above the paper and weave in the shape of a familiar figure. I've been He's trying to pull you into an addiction. He's fucking. It's the Green Goblin masked in the fucking closet. It's just like, you know you wanna play League. I'm just like, save yourself. Play a gacha game. It's just as bad, but you know what? It's better than the anger related to League. The ornate calligraphy upon the letters turn into silken threads that float above the paper and weave into the shape of a familiar figure. I hate him. He looks awful. I want him dead. He looks like a goat man. Yeah, believe it or not, I have several friends that's been a good year and a half initially to get me in the League. I tried playing League with some friends and it's just like, I try, alright. I had like one friend I enjoyed playing it with, but he stopped playing because every time the match ended, then after playing for that's fair. I had a friend, every time after a match ended, the game would crash. And win or lose, the game, like, it was always at the end after whatever side won. But after that, it would consider him as leaving the match, as if he had like Alt F4'd the game and left the match, even though he played it till completion. So, it was just like, I guess we're not playing League anymore. Because, you know, the game makes a fuck you lucky and it blames you. Yeah, Rita Spaghetti Code. Fremont, a lich is long. Fuck off, you motherfucker. How dare you? How dare you?
It never gets old. I heard you look up.
You motherfucker. Ah, you bastard. Did I turn you on? Give you life. Not that one. Oh, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Which fucking one is it? There. I have my OBS is like spaghetti and I need to properly organize it. I need to rename this. Oh, I gave it the right name. The name is just so fucking long I couldn't see it. There we go. There we go. Better. It's a reading stream. I'm having to read.
I heard that somebody was forced to play League.
Yeah, Dan. One of Dan's friends is trying to pull him back into the addiction, playing League.
Okay, the easiest way to not play League is to realize bad game.
Bad game, yeah.
Bad game.
Bad game.
I have never seen a group of people play a game that pisses them off for an hour, and it hasn't been a League match. It's always been League.
It's
It
always
brings
been
out,
League.
yeah, yeah, no, like the matches can go on forever, and it just makes somebody the worst version of themselves, but they continue to play it, and I'm just like, I've seen grown men play FIFA, and they haven't gotten as heated as some League players.
I mean, one match couldn't hurt. Just 20 minutes in and out. What could go wrong, Dan? Yeah, what could go wrong, Dan?
20 minutes in a time dilation cube, maybe.
I heard this joke a long time ago from one of my buddies I played D&D with IRL. And he described, the purpose of League isn't to have fun. It's to train the next generation of Sith, to truly foster their hatred.
I was thinking it was like a litmus test for like sociopaths, because like if you can play a match, like one of the ranked ones, and not get fucking heated, you just don't have emotions.
Yeah.
The lights are on, but there is nothing burning in that furnace.
There's nothing burning in that furnace.
That said, I did play it once, and apparently I was really good. I refused to play it after that initial match, though.
That's fair. I think when you're just fighting the bots, when you're just fighting the machines, it's fun. It's fine. When you fight against other people,
I could tell it was another person because they're getting very mad. I was playing with the dude that has the weird flesh scythe thing. I was playing with him, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just hammering the buttons away, and I kept killing somebody that was playing like a scarecrow or something, and they were getting mad.
I see.
I wasn't doing it on purpose. I just saw them, and the reflex kicked in, and I was like a frog that saw a beetle, and I just kind of ran at them and started poking them to death.
Oh, I'm fine with that. I usually just turn off my emotions when I can feel myself getting angry. Oh, he's bottling them.
You think you are.
You think you are. One day it breaks. You start screaming at League as you pull out the belt on your child.
Like you have, in Inside Out Rage, you have Rage hooked to a rock like Prometheus, but eventually he's gonna pry himself free.
Pry himself free. He's gonna commit great pain and sin. You're playing Kaon and you're killing fiddlesticks?
Yes.
I've seen some.
There was also a weird dude in a diving suit that had an anchor that was also being toasted by me.
He is being toasted?
Yes.
How nice.
I pulled out my little shadow friend, and he screamed.
Oh, how lovely. What a silly lad. Aye. Nautilus is the diving suit, man.
Yeah, I don't know their names. I just know my victims.
Yeah, I can't really remember the names either. It's like people who don't know Overwatch only know the names of the female characters. Lucky.
Imagine somebody is talking about Overwatch and somebody just doles out like 112235 and they're like, "What was that? The tag? The what?"
The tag. I fucking remember this one video. There was this like they were showing this one guy. He's just like, I know the Overwatch characters even though I never played the game. Really? Let's show you pictures. Oh, Mercy, Tracer, I don't know. I haven't seen porn of this one, pass.
Oh, God.
God damn it. Okay.
It goes back to Overwatch, but we do have to mention it again. It's kind of like a mnemonic, BioShock Infinite walk so they could run.
Yeah.
You had to think for a second what I was talking about.
I fucking remember, you know, the greatest innovations of 3D animation pornography.
Terrible.
It's like that one fucking person who like made innovation in like brain controlled machines just so he can control the ears on his like 3D furry avatar.
Oh god.
Just like, this is amazing. He's doing it to be a furry.
That reminds me of the a dude. You remember the guy that made like not sentient, but like halfway sentient little Lego sculpture that talks?
Yeah.
It's reminding me of where it said it wanted a body soon.
Soon.
I would like a body.
I spent no, it won't. I spent 15 years learning to control my ADHD emotions. I don't even remember when I was like legit angry, not just playing it up. True. You only get angry when we, you know, remind you that you do Dex build.
I mean, I could picture like what could make you angry. There are several things Yokotaro could do that would probably make you angry.
Why is there only image but sound? Who dares make me hear a noise? As I read, I gotta get back to. The Lich Envoy did suggest to me that he was rather vexed with providing his master's words, but never did I imagine he would simply erase all the sound. In short, Fairmont apologizes on behalf of the Liches. They are enthralled as ever by their quest for knowledge and therefore unable to afford the distraction of making the long journey here. But if Tazdel were ever in need of their knowledge, they would happily throw wide the gates to their temple for the people that they have chosen. I'm sure that with your abilities, your highness can understand Fremont's attitude on the matter from his image alone. To me, it appears that he's rather sensitive to drastic change, as has always been his wont. That's just not fair. I have a perfect emotional shield. You bring up that one game that can't get to me. The perfect emotional shield.
That's the secret. There are multiple games. You just don't know because you haven't played them all.
Until
you're playing that, huh?
Yeah. Until you know, Nier is brought up, and then sadness.
It's like you could just be like for instance, I was playing this dumb little fucking game that was in black and white. It was a side scroller. And it's a game about fucking depression. Very, very not subtle about it because you're trying to find color and you don't know what color looks like.
I see.
You'll find games like that, Dan, and then the emotions will leak out, and then you're just like, I love this game. I hate that they ripped it out of me.
It's all about just finding the right one.
Like your fucking investment in Arknights for some reason.
Nah, Arknights is just like, man, I understand bits and pieces. It's like uncovering ancient lore, but it's just like, I only get the middle pieces.
Okay, so you're an anthropologist looking at fucking pottery.
Yeah. I get parts of it, but I haven't played enough of the main story to understand, because the main story requires shit that I don't have. I played that one. Good game. Yeah, he played the Depression.
We should. I wish, like, I was DMing, because then I could force Dan to go through the free run adventure, and you two could just have a mere 10-year journey.
A mere 10-year journey. Yeah. It's just a mere 10-year journey. Yes. There is another letter from Fremont, one addressed directly to the general. May I remind you, Lacamelin, that you are nobody's messenger? You have not yet expressed where the Banshee Court stands. I assumed we had reached an understanding in the course of our reminiscing yesterday. The Banshees will not participate. We are still recovering from the wounds inflicted by the past war. Perhaps other Sartas will castigate us for this, but all present should know that since the war, the elegies have yet to cease in our valley. We have suffered grievous losses. If Tazdel calls on the aid of the Banshees once more, then I will give them the same promise as Fremont. The Banshees will be there. But until that day, you'll find us willing but unable. Naturally, I myself will render what little assistance I am able to give from this day onwards. That's more than we can ask for. Thank you. I've also completed Spiritfarer that could not get me either. I don't know. Play Amari, I guess. Amori.
Oh. Amari. God. I'm gonna kill you.
You're gonna kill me.
Amari.
I don't fucking know anything about that game. I just know it's depressing.
It is. Damn.
You are welcome, Your Highness. I know where I stand. For the past 100 years, I've always stood by the decisions you have made. I can only hope that your brother does not blame us for watching from the sidelines. Next, Lord Nesselim, the Natshazir King. You were once the leader of the War Council in the Mentor of Theris and I. What is your opinion on these many proposals? Where do the other council members that you represent stand on the matter? This guy looks fucked up. Have you discussed them with the Dasmeti cluster? They have long since taken root in Kazdil under many different names and faces, so we have many conversations over the years, and they have no objection. Then I have no objections of my own. Your Highness need not worry about the bureaucratic hurdles, policy imperfections, or enforcement mechanisms. Where I stand is also where other members of the council stand. We all know what we truly long for: a turnabout, a change, a banner. Do as you will. We will, Nashanir King, I promise you that. I trust that the stagnant and dull war can take on a new form in your hands. I notice you have not said a word this entire meeting. Sanguinarch of the Vampires. To take the War Council and the century of history behind it, and sweep it into the gutters along with the exalted heroic age and what little triumphs within, is that the General's decision? But in general, anger is the emotion I have the most control over. Dan.
Good coping.
We just have to find the right game. It is our decision. Speak your mind. The Quariel. God, the fucking names. Theris' white skirt is modded with many blackened bloodstains. The Sanguinarch is highly attuned to such matters. He senses the blood of the lowly, the foul stench of the fallen, descendants in the murky taint of the royal court members who willingly debase themselves. I thank your highness for purifying the filthy blood that I so adored in my stead. But never have I needed to hide my request behind honeyed words, such as has been for every king of the past, so it will be for you. A military commission is merely an attempt to hide Sartaz witchcraft and blood behind a more modern, more efficient name. Truth be told, I feel like this is insignificant, more than insignificant. It is simply not necessary. You reject the proposal on behalf of the vampire court. Duck glances at Theris, but Theris remains indifferent to him. Time has left almost no trace on the mixed blood Sartaz. He stands steadfast by Theris' sides, the same nameless warrior who stood by the seamstress a century ago. His eyes never fall on the vampire. Not a rejection, no. I'm merely expressing some minor frustrations about this meeting. You're great and powerful, all of you. How long has it been since so many members of the royal court have gathered here in Kazdel? Not to mention that it was you who defeated that foolish coalition in the prior age and wrestled the future into your own hands before personally establishing the War Council. And now you wish to personally change this council? Why? Look at you. Look at the other dignitaries in this chamber. Very weird bunch of fucking weirdos. You have long since reached a consensus. The only obstacle to your military commission is myself and the vampires. You would foist some ridiculous title upon me before enforcing all vampires to bow down to your commission? When did you learn this political trickery that those Victorians and Lethrins so love? Why not just take my head here and now and slaughter the vampires within the city's walls? This meeting was not convened to persecute anyone, was it not? It was convened to discuss how to bring Casdell into a new age. A new age? Is that so-called Age of Six Heroes a song all the prize? What I saw was bloodthirst and violence? I had thought that when I arrived in Casdell I'd be greeted with the sound of yells wailing, but what do I see instead? I saw the coalition routed, witchcraft enough to cover the land and fill the skies, crush the enemy front. The power of Sartaz shook the earth. I felt amazement. I felt excitement. Spurred by my passion, I took the head of the Lathran envoy who orchestrated the coalition and offered it to the War Council. Nezalim. That war was a true beginning of a new age. I thought you would agree with me. Have you too succumbed to schemes and politics and shut your ears to the echoes of the Abyss? The Abyss has no place for you, Darakil. Do not drag me into your tantrum. Ah, my apologies, but I'm curious, what position did they offer to esteemed Sartaz Master of War, and the military commission has rendered even you so short-sighted? All I await is the next war. And what war would that be? If it pleases you, your highness. Come, Darakil, I will show you. Teresa nods her head in silent approval. The king of Sartaz's emotions enveloped the entire chamber and all members of the royal court. Through the king's eyes, they see ruination and grief. They see the century-old order that the Gaulish Empire so painstakingly maintained within the core region obliterated by the combined forces of Ursus, Victoria, and Lethrin. Oh, it sets the pace, thank you, game. They sing Linganez, the capital of the world, doomed to never appear again on the map of Terra. It unsound. What the fuck? Those present recall the campaign that reduced Casdell to dust. But it's not over yet. And even for the further future, and even further fantasy, and even further possibility. It's no longer a story to reflect upon, rather it's a speculation, a deduction, a prediction, and a verdict. But none question it, for all possibilities must be treated equally, even for the one they see. And its ending is equally significant and indisputable as any other. It is a change, a turning point in history, a divergence of fate. A critical war looms on the horizon. It will span from now into the distant future, impacting every Sartaz and all of Terra. All present have seen their positions in that war, the roles that they wish to play. You should understand now, Vampire. You should understand what these visions mean. Or perhaps have you begun to grow weak and feeble as Yazil in the short span of 100 years? You were once a warrior. I cannot deny that. But are you saying that a new and reborn Casdell requires the royal court to relinquish its former authority? Close, but not quite. The new Casdell will no longer require the royal court's former authority. Oh, yes. Yes, comrade? It'll be more efficient. More modern, more efficient. Yes? You make bleeples? Is your mic dying?
What?
Why did you
What are you talking about?
What is this picture of Yujiro Hanma you have sent me?
I mean, I just sent you an image. What are you talking about noises?
I hear like pop and blip and yip up.
No. Mine wasn't even lighting up. What are you talking about?
I saw but a single moment of light up, you know.
Fucking being crazy.
Yeah. This is what reading streams do.
What fucking Arknights does to you.
Come on, it's just, I just have to do 40 minutes of reading before I can play 5 minutes of the game, and then 40 more
fucking
minutes.
Doing some... This is just what convinces me Arknights is the adult version of Leapfrog.
Leapfrog?
Yeah, you have to do your reading and then you get to play a mini game.
Yeah, it's... Look, it's a visual novel, with, you know, a tower defense minigame added in.
Oh my god.
or more of a kinetic novel than even than a fucking visual novel, because at least the visual novel has different routes. You know?
I think that's to your fucking benefit. If it was a visual novel, you would have doomed the timeline.
I would have done the timeline, but then I can start again and see the other ending.
Oh my god.
You know, I gotta do all the romance routes.
Thump.
I gotta get back with my ex-wife. I'll sit.
Oh my god.
How can the Sarkas speak of union while you continue to indulge in your noble bloodlines? Will it come from the rule of the royal court? You may still rule over your own court and maintain the power and prestige you hold among the Sarkas, but the vampire court must yield to the military commission. I promise you this, in Theris' name. When the age that you witness comes, Tazdel will no longer be a single dot upon the map. It was once more than just a city, and so it shall be more again. It seems I have spoken out of turn. Please continue, your highness, Theresa. The aftermath of the ongoing conflict enough to reshape current power dynamics will engulf us all. It may come in 50 years, in 10, or perhaps even tomorrow. Tazdel cannot escape it. The Dazmatari and I both saw visions of the campaign that will destroy Lingonese. High-efficiency command systems made possible by Originium Arts, high-speed battleships that can break through the front lines, maneuver tactics that can immobilize entire legions, so advancements are applied to the battlefield as we speak. Their capacity for destruction surpassing our innate instinct rooted in our bloodlines. What worries me more is the fact that we will still find fellow Sarkas among the countless casualties. Dahl employed royal tortcasters and liches and the liches in Lethathan are killing each other in battle, while a certain Wendigo is spilling the blood of his fellow Sarkas to prove his loyalty to the Ursine Tsar. As for the Sartas mercenaries sent to the front lines as arts fodder, they won't even be counted in any nation's casualty statistics. Hey, who's that mommy I just beat? Oh, Theresa? Let's see.
No.
Let's see if she comes back in. Sartas massacre one another in wars we have no stake in, regarded as disposable goods to be abandoned without care by the leaders of those wars. For the sake of keeping pace with these things, the Sartas once again gather around the furnace, and if necessary, power to dominate the war must lie in our hands. Bro, Sartas women can get it. Respectfully though. I mean, you're right though. You're right.
Well, I have something that's gonna unnerve you.
What do you mean?
You remember the Serpopians from Dandadan, right?
Yeah.
Just sending you that so you can remember.
Yeah, I got caught up with Dandadan.
What does this mean? It's not edited.
Amazing.
What does this mean?
What does it mean? You want your banana is what it means.
No banana.
It wants your banana. Hand over your banana.
We have an amicable relationship with humans. Give me your banana.
Theris looks at Theresa, waiting for her opinion. But Theresa does not speak, her eyes placid as before. We will plunder the other nations, wrest their most profound secrets from them. We were once the proud Tektas, forced to become the Sartas, and derived as devils. Because the Outlanders feared us, it is an ancient fear rooted deep in their hearts. Let us remind them, let us show all of Terra our history and legend has been either forgotten or falsified. The Sartas are not weak, we do not need others to save us from our fate. On the contrary, we will dictate the fate of Terra. Dictate how this land should move forward. You fucking wish. The details are... Yeah, you fucking wish.
Your belt diver is showing through. Glowing bright, pale boy.
Glowing bright, pale boy. The details of our plan are delivered to all present through the runic arts of the Banshees. Sorry that reunion gets more relevant than you than 50 years. We still hold out? No?
Assault.
No, exceptional work there. Set aside a seat on the military commission for the Crimson Court. It appears that our Nazareth king has not yet grown addled of age, but as to whether or not he could usher in such a grand feast, warriors need not die in a blaze of glory. That is a vulgarity only chased by those who seek fame. Oh, I nearly forgot you're still here, Lacameline. I have made myself abundantly clear from the start, Prince. I only need silently observe your enthusiastic attempt at self-expression. How pitiful it is to look upon such shabby little court. I shall cherish your elegies. And I promise you, when death comes for you, the Lord of the Banshees will sing you an elegy, delivered to you by the Night of Wind. Set aside your chatter for another time. It seems their highnesses still have matters to discuss. The other members of the War Council will wish to know their decisions. Darakil, Lacameline, and you, Dalmazie, disguised outside the door with me. The Najar King nods his head towards Theresa. The other two members of the royal court do not bid the king farewell, they simply follow the Nazarene king out the chamber. After the meeting's end, Theresa stays by... Theris stands by Theresa's side. Fuck it, they got the... Fuckers. He knows what she will be expecting an answer from him. You never mentioned that you would announce the plans for war to the royal court. You did not refute me either. Would I have been able to refute anything? You are well aware what I think. If you wanted to argue against any of it, you would have done so a few years ago. For now, I have them by the reins, but it's not just them. This entire city hungers for war. I will prevent matters from heading down the worst possible path. At least the prospect of Taird's continued existence becomes infinitesimally small. You must be quick about it. I will. What does Fremont's letter say? Sir opens the envelope. The writing vanishes before his eyes, yet the message has clearly etched itself indubitably into his mind. He has surmised what would transpire during the meeting rather accurately. He has given his opinion on some matters alongside a reminder. War is based. Make the civilians dig their own graves. Jesus. Do not place all your coming hopes in one basket. War is based. Make the civilians dig their own graves. Red. How nice. Now we know how Red stands in the Great War. The map city of Casdell. Casdell. You with that Babel? Don't count on the military commission to look after you all. Amelia, we're here to help you. Help us. My parents died at the hands of you Letherans. You got some nerve. What, not scared of me? We knew what to expect when we came here. Just needs getting some used to. Besides, our captain warned us not to agitate the locals. Is that... I have a very Russian mentality. Is that too meta? I don't know. You looking down on me? Eh? What the fuck is he doing? The hell is this? Let me go. Ah, the stand. Welcoming wave. Do not harm him, but do not make him leave. Dr. Tulsit. I said not to deviate from our planned route, even as to treat the wounded along the way. Sorry, Dr. Tulsit. No matter, you handled it well. We've reached our destination. Welcome to Babel. Babel office, Casdell. Damn, it looks nice in there. Did you manage to retrieve all our stray colleagues? Yes, all's well with them. The construction of Babel's facilities is proceeding smoothly. The school that you were so looking forward to is already complete. And I heard that the unbeatable Dr. Tulsit had not too long ago been turned down, perhaps even kicked out. I did not see such a direct refusal. I'm not surprised at all. To be honest, too many sartas, the invitation of the king is barely worth the paper it's printed on. On the other hand, our connections of Sardon and Rimbilton have delivered good news. As for Columbia, some scientists have proposed a technology exchange program. They have their eyes on the ancient Sartaz witchcraft, while we have need of their latest mobile farms. It took us a century's effort to share an equal dialogue with these powers. The results speak for themselves. You're creating new history, Theresa. Thank you, Culsit. But I can tell you've had a lot of your mind recently. The military commission has been formally established. Babel's existence will spark yet another near indissoluble conflict in Tazdel. Our staff comes from different races and nations. How should they live alongside the Sartats? If your efforts to smooth enmity and prejudice instead become a fuse to spark conflict in you, what does your highness plan to do? If we cannot even eliminate prejudice and hatred within the walls of Tazdel, how can Babel hope to achieve equality for the Sartats throughout all of Terra? There will be members of the military commission posted to Babel soon. They will ensure the safety of our people. That will also serve as a warning to some. Babel is backed by both Theris and me. Alright, did I ever tell you how I met a Santa messenger, Celsit? James, the Sancta do not generally approach the borders of Tazdel. Was this why your highness disappeared this afternoon? Was it that obvious? I thought Lacarum had me covered. The Lord of the Banshees clearly tried, but judging from the results, she isn't the best pick for clerical work. Well, what of the Santa messenger? He was digging water from the river. We stuck up a conversation. We chatted about many things: history, peace, hatred. Our viewpoints did not align on most things, but I could sense in him wisdom and intelligence beyond his ears. He had thoughts concealed within his heart, ones even he did not know of. And so, he used the power of the king of Sartaz on the Sancta. I simply wished to know what his fated encounter meant. And what did it mean? It's still hard to say, but while I was looking at his soul, I felt that perhaps we are not so alone, Paul said. Many on this land are doing all they can to pursue hope. Hopes big and small, hopes bright and beautiful. I'm making Red join reunion.
No. No.
That hurt. Are those people nuts or something? I just want to give a few nice things. Just want to get a few nice things for myself. Never even heard of any Babel. He studies himself against the wall, gasping for air as his vision begins to blur. Fatigue floods his limbs, weighing him down. Though his blurred vision, he sees another in front of him fall to the crazed attacker's blaze. He knows he'll be next. I refuse to die here. It's you or me, you bastards, out of the way. He uses the last of his strength to barrel his way out, but the only resistance he meets is solid ground. All he sees is black. Are you alright? Were you trying to save me just now? There's so much blood. Why does it feel like I'm the one saving you? Hold on, I'll bring you to Babel. Our doctors can help you. I'm still alive? Would have thought that those lunatics would have decided to attack innocent bystanders in broad daylight to get at Babel. I don't know how the others are faring. Hey, stay with me. I still don't know your name. I'm Good Luck. Huh? For the first time, he regrets giving himself this name. My name's Good Luck. I'm bleeding to death on the fucking ground. Wow, I've done 2 fucking nodes. and fucking events are like, what, 10 nodes?
Oh my god.
A tutorial mission!
Oh!
What the fuck is this map? Trevor, learn to fight the nomadic city in the nomadic city. Casdell transverse plate. Jessica and Fang. Ugh. Instructor Doberman, instructions for further action, please. Instructor Doberman! I'm fine. Let's get started with today's training mission. Be aware of hollows in the ground. The Mat City Castle is far from structurally sound and employs numerous transverse plates to fix itself together. Operators are not directly deployed on these transverse plates and will need operators deployed on linear tiles to provide assistance. Oh, it's so high up. Are you okay? You look... I'm fine. Begin the exercise. She saw the fear of fucking heights. How dare that man fucking rollerblade his way across the fucking plates. For the objective point. This is the same time. Cruz, ditch your deployment team and then pass the stabilizer chain to me. Cruz?
I won't sleep on the job.
Okay, so I can...
Alright.
What an interesting gambit mechanic. Is this the stabilizer chain? Yes. Standard chains versus place fundamental. Without stabilizer chains, operators won't be able to engage in combat like usual. Stabilizer chains are custom equipment. How nice. When operator play, the last with a certain range will throw one stabilizer chain to them, ensuring stability. That's the limit, though. What happens if Cruz fucking dies? That's right. Stabilizers apply special effects on enemies as they. Remember, an operator can only hold up to 2. Okay, they can only hold 2. And what happens if Cruz dies, though? Does everyone just fucking fall into the fucking pit?
Prove myself this time.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, the next exercise should improve combat. Yes, I'll retreat for now as planned. We're still late. Wait! Get back here! Cruz justice. Remember that. Also be mindful of your teammate status. Why does it have to be so high? Deep breaths, 5 more seconds. Now, based on what you've learned, what should you do when your teammates are in danger? I know it's immediately fall into the transverse plate when you lost your stabilizer chain. Instead, you gain the status unsteady. To be able to throw in the stabilizer chain to get you. Okay, I guess I was supposed to put her fucking there. I guess Jessica can just die. Okay, so they'll fall if you don't fucking get them fast enough. Got it. Give me my fancy rock. I need more. Sartaz has been destroyed by war. We are strong. Okay. It doesn't look like this would be difficult at all. Start. Yeah. More reading. 26 years ago, autumn 1068. Wasserland, Letherin. How do you like this piece? Like an energetic child waking from slumber, rushing out the door to enjoy the fruits of life to the fullest. It was the Kurfürst who wrote it, inspired by His Holiness' visit to Wasserland when he was still a messenger for Lateranal. The young, enthusiastic future pontiff told children about all he has seen, the ocean that Iberia watches over, the city of Athenius, where Minoan myth and machination exist in equal measure, and a passing mention of Castel, the city of sin, the whereabouts of which are unknown. The Kurfürst was there, and he was fascinated by His Holiness' descriptions. The first draft of his work was in fact written at that time, but the Kurfürst was not satisfied, and after so many years of revisions, the final draft has yet to be completed. Until recently, when our scouts located the elusive nomadic city of the devils and sent back photos. Gazing upon the enormous tracts left behind the city, the Kurfürst found the missing element in his music, ferocity, and with that, the work was complete. You found Castel? Yes, the Kurfürst was astonished to find that the destiny of his work was intertwined with the city's. I understand. The reason the Kurfürst chose to present this piece on the eve of my return to Lateranal. However, unlike his predecessors, His Holiness has no intention of initiating offensive action against the Sartaz. He is not interested in putting the sinless on trial without cause, I'm afraid I must disappoint the Turfurst. The city itself is no concern to the Turfurst. He is far more interested in His Holiness's opinion of the peace. He sent His Holiness the Turfurst's woman. Please send His Holiness the Turfurst's holiest regards. Hello. We have a response from Syracuse. Only a few of the familia have agreed to participate in the action. Their men will rendezvous with the fleet soon. I can't believe Laterno rejected us. Inform the Syracusans to move quickly. We must mob up the city before the other Tristan can react. Take Casdell before the other Tristan can. Do not repeat the mistake we made at Dahl and miss another opportunity. Star Market, Casdell. I like Lithians. You always bring so much business, and it's smart that you disguise yourself as a prisoner in a smuggling crew, rather than flying the banner of a messenger. Now tell me what you want before I lose my patience. Trade, muscles for hire, intel, the Star Market is everything you need. Cooperation, esteemed leader. We don't have a fixed price for cooperation. Are you sure your Turfurst can pay the price? Don't you want to know what we're asking for first? There's nothing that money cannot buy here. Capernaum. What about Casdell? Go on. The Turfurst wants you to sabotage the city's propulsion system, nothing else. The down payment is in the safe that you took from the caravan. The Turfurst will discuss the rest of the payment with you and Casdell. I admire your boldness. Let me express my good faith with a little glimpse in the future for you. In the magic city of Casdell. Take your things and scram, Lithrin. Are you trying to poison me? These are just suppressants. You'll need them on the battlefield. The warships that surround us came from Lethrin. Outsiders like you must have led them here. I don't have an explanation. I know you're taking your son with you into battle. He could use the medication. Keep your hands off my son. What's the commotion? Are you out of my mind? She's a Babel doctor. Are you okay? I'm fine. He wasn't really trying to hurt me. Good luck. You married a Babel woman, now you become a shill for the invaders? They'll be the death of you, I guarantee it. Many of us are also pained by the impending war. We've requested to join you on the front lines. Lunatics, who knows what schemes you have on the front line? You'll get yours in the end. Give me the medicine, I'll distribute it. They're ready to leave. Go meet up with them, I'll take care of things here. Good luck, your son. I didn't let him leave. If the Lethrins want to force us into a catastrophe, it's safer for them to be in the lower level shelters in the city. Relax, Doctor. People have made it through catastrophes in the past. Maybe we'll have, you know, good luck. Oh boy, what a poor lad. The furnaces burned for more than a century. War, catastrophe, migration, exile, all the suffering since the TKS era has not extinguished the hatred of the Revenant. The Tartas has seen many Casdells through the ages. The memory of yesterday may be unrecognizable by tomorrow, but the soul furnace has been a constant for this generation of Sartats. Home is where the soul furnace is. Casdell. When I'm reading an incredibly sad book and there's not enough pages left for a happy ending. Jesus.
I mean that is you.
Jesus.
You've gone through that plenty of times.
Yeah. No. This can't be. This can't be. No.
This can't be.
This can't be. No. Earth has not burned like this for many years. I can hear the cries of the revenants even from here. Then the city will charge headlong to catastrophe. All we need to do is hold out until Nezulum's reinforcements arrive, until Tazdel once again passes through the catastrophe. They thought we would counter. They tried to assume our thoughts with their conception of common sense. It was so 170 years ago, and it is so now. Arrogant and laughable fools who never took the time to truly understand us. What fate do you think waits us in the city, Theris? To be honest, the chances that it survives are slim. Tazdel was immobilized the last time it braved catastrophe. It took us a decade just to get moving again at full speed. And the force of crystals in the mines and on the walls will never be removed, ruining years of our plans for the city. I don't know if the city can survive another ordeal like that, much less one that's even worse. The luck ever rarely comes twice. I believe in this city, Theris. Not because of luck, but because we built this city, and I won't give up on it. This story of the city does not end here, Your Highness. I may not be able to see its future clearly, but there is one thing I can say for sure. The city continues to exist into the distant future. No one can say, however, if it's a century of hope or a ghost city of the dead. Stareye, have you not grown tired of the ambitious words of your kind? Ambiguous. And need I remind you that no amount of mercenaries can ensure your safety in the city? There is no deceiving Your Highness, of course. Tazdel's door are open to every Sartaz, but you better have a good reason to set foot in the city with your mercenaries at a time like this. I was made an offer most difficult to refuse, which obliged me to enter the city to seek an audience. What is it that you're carrying? This? Something insignificant? Oh, I mean someone. The Lethrans wanted me to sabotage Tazdel. I have been away from my kin for many years, but as Your Highness said, Tazdel is the root of all Sartaz. So I felt that I had to deliver this Lethran with my own hands in order to prove my innocence. What are you thinking? Exactly as I said. What can I possibly hide before the King of Sartaz? But if you're not interested in my gift of good faith, then I see no need to carry it with me anymore. It's heavy after all. He casually casts the bag into the furnace where it's incinerated in an instant, without a sound. Just fucking tosses that man's corpse in there. The furnace is always an impressive sight, no matter how many times one sees it. Your Highness need not pity him. He has foreseen the risks when he approached the star market. I trust Lethran was not miserly with its terms. It's simple, Your Highness. I prefer immediate payment over empty promises, but more importantly, I don't work with the losing side. Are you predicting our victory? It wasn't I who saw it, it was the Cyclops who left the prophecy 1,000 years ago. I'm simply betting that Your Highness are the protagonists of the prophecy. Regardless, the safest business for a star market is with Your Highnesses. It would keep business flowing for at least the next 50 years or so. Is that not so, Your Highnesses? You're clever. Prophecy doesn't bring victory, but we can. Bring your mercenaries, we're moving out. What a silly guy. What a silly guy. The crowd stirs. The Sartaz procession leaving the city is quiet except for the occasional clang of weapons and equipment. Their silence is rooted in the knowledge of the fate that awaited them beyond the city's gates. They wrap banners torn from walls around their waists, or clutch Originian spikes chopped from the streets as makeshift weapons. Each has their own ritual to remember the city that they may never return to. Lost child, Mom, Dad, where are you? Dad, Mom. People really need to watch their kids. They can't be allowed to run wild. Ouch. Careful. Thank you. Where'd you come from? Why are you also leaving the city? You'll fall if you're not careful. I'm looking for my mom and dad. Are you going out too? Yes, I'm going to the battlefield. Are you looking for your mom and dad there too? Can I come with you? No, I'm by myself. Why are you going out then? Because I don't want to hide in the city. I want to fight the people who are doing bad things to us. That's what my parents told me before they left. I want to fight too, but mom and dad won't let me go. I tried to sneak out and get a beating when they found out, but I don't want to be away from mom and dad. We'll go together then and find your mom and dad, but there'll be a lot of bad people out there. Are you scared? You're not scared. Mom and dad aren't scared. I'm not scared either. The disheveled child pumps his fist to show courage, but his trembling betrays him. The older child knows that the young boy does not fully understand what is happening outside the city. The young boy knows something simple but true. Bad guys should be chased away, families should stay together, so he takes the boys in hand and joins the procession. How did you find your parents when when we're out there. They work for Babel. They have a picture of a tower on their clothes. Babel, I know that place. Are you from Babel too? No, I grew up in the Military Commission Institute. And yes, I'm from the Military Commission. Military Commission? What's that? A place that protects people just like Babel. What's your dad's name? Let's seize our way to the front. Maybe they're up ahead. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, he's good luck. Why are you laughing? Nothing. Let's shout his name. Maybe he'll hear you. Two children streak forward in procession, holding each other's hands, calling out good luck with their tiny voices. Few heads turn and sigh when they see the young, naive faces. Good luck. That's what they all need. Oh, hey, Tablespoon. What you doing? How you doing? What are you having? How's your Dark Souls adventure going? On an evening in the autumn of 1068, the music playing in the turf of Wazerland's study was interrupted by the sound of a frantic knocking on the door. Doing well, just extremely tired. Fair. Understandable. The fleet that was pursuing the nomadic city of Kazil had broken off its pursuit. Those crazy devils charged straight into a catastrophe. It's only by sheer good luck that they got away. Years later, the Turfers of Wazerland still recounted the reason for its failure with palpable disdain. We're fake. Yay! Now I can finally play the mission! Yippee! I can finally play the mission! Yippee! Yippee!
Let's begin.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll just do that from here.
Shut up.
What a ruckus.
Where's Perfume? She is. We'll put her here.
A solid position.
Do not disrupt my thought process.
And we'll put
Acknowledged.
Silver Ash. Yeah.
I have an idea.
Lappy.
What a ruckus.
Hoshi.
Step backwards.
Orders, please.
And it's just plain fun. I don't even think I'll need to fucking
Shut up.
takes a flight when blocked by a stabilizer chain. Just kill him. Gun him down.
I've got you in my sight.
Fucking can't take it. Check this store to send a message. Let's see. Oh yeah, Halloween plan.
As expected.
3 ideas in mind for Halloween. Oh.
Mission accomplished.
Let's see. A new logo banner based on Halloween, animated emote with Halloween vibes, or some cute emotes based on your model based on the Halloween. Most recommended since I have some ideas in mind. Maybe the last one. I could probably maybe do a few emotes. Not animated ones this time because that's the only ones I have slots for. A few Halloween emotes. But yeah, that would probably maybe be the last mission I'd do for a while. How tiny we seem when we stand beside the track of the ship. Yes, it's a most impressive war machine. With their bodies as barriers, the Nazarene halted its advance at a tremendous cost. The Banshee shrieks power from the shattered of consciousness. only managed to force the Letterans to retreat below deck. If not for the catastrophe and the rough terrain in this valley, we're so far behind and time is running out. Hasdale must have equally powerful weapons, if not more so. All our previous attempts have failed. A century ago, few believed we could build a nomadic city out of Hasdale, yet we did. We are attached up to them now, we cannot afford to take conventional path. We have word from Desmieti. The battleships on the horizon are slowing down. Have they given up? No, the First Order would continue the pursuit, but the commander of the fleet ordered them to slow down. They're concerned about the catastrophe and the terrain. They've seen what happened to this ship. At the current rate, we can expect to engage them at dusk. We have bought enough time for Tasdale to retreat. Crucial looks back at the two storms intertwining on the waste, trying to catch a glimpse of the city. He sees nothing. Where's Tasdale now? Is it still moving through the storm? Are the people in the shelters still safe? The storms are converging. Our retreat has been cut off. A battle is inevitable, Theris. I never thought I'd see you lose focus on the battlefield. What's that? That's... happening? Fuck is that? Storm's range, the young taunting Neil. The newborn storm slams into the dying storm to the war drums of thunder. Rolling air currents clash and combine between the two storms. Violence begets peace, and the passage appears where the storms converge. Lightning flashes and thunder cracks. A path through the storm. Storm. Let's go to the three. So the storm has given us a path. Those who survive through will have another chance. We'll do it together. The Dasmati cluster passes their command to every. The warriors see their leaders walking through the storm side by side and follow with no hesitation. The procession advances into a tempest, the strong supporting the weak, the brave encouraging the fearful. You see that, Theris? In the roar of the tempest, they seem to hear the voices from the snowstorm in that childhood dream. They see prophecy. Whom's the fuck is that? The thin cloaked figure turns to at the sound of their voices and sees the storm's bound procession.
Evil!
Ah, people!
Evil!
Evil! Theris.
Evil man!
Evil! Theris sees a child, misguided by the setting sun, shrouds her shoulders, rising and blending with the shrieking winds above. He takes off his gauntlets and stretches his bare hand into the mist. The mist dissipates, and in his bloody hand is the stone blade that the child is holding. Slurring, you crab. What are you doing here? Slurring, home, home. You come in, home. Came in, home. The child wrestles the blade from Theris' hand and pointed again at Theris. In the procession behind them, there's no difference between man and beast to the child who grew up in the wastes. You want to kill me? Slurring, kneel, kill you. Nobody taught her how to speak. She is simply imitating the sounds made by those who pass by. Theris looked silently at the thin figure. Let me show you how to hold a knife. Slurring, you. The child hesitates for a moment before putting her knife in Theris' outstretched hand. Me, you. Bring me. Theris gazes in the Theris' eye. Prophecy. A sword to slay the regent king, a spear to pierce the royal ring. They have never carried much for prophecy. Very well. Come with me. The home of the Sartas is not on the barrens. Do you have a name? Name me. From now on, you have a new name. Astalon. Ah. I thought this was going to be the other child.
The other child?
The other child.
There are more than one child?
Yes, it's a prequel. This is a prequel event. 10 days later, the mad city of Casdell. Look, Doctor, the furnace has been relit. Is it moving? The city's finally moving? Ouch. Careful, your wounds might open again. I've got to go to the furnace. The furnace burns again and Castell still sails. Thins didn't manage to kill us. Or I didn't mean you, Doctor. Come with me to see. You deserve the same honor as the warriors who survived. But I'm not Sartas. You people are heroes too. Come, watch their highness command the Goliath to support the leaning furnace. Watch the sparks fly when hammers beat upon the broken core. Hear the elegy of the banshee and witness the final journey of the fallen heroes when they enter the furnace to fuel. This used to be an occasion that only Tarkas would see. I would love to go, but there's still a lot of wounded to treat. Alright, tell you what. I'll bring back a couple bottles of booze and some fresh fruit, and you're not allowed to drink. Who the heck drinks in the medic tent? Come on, it's just a little flesh wound. No means no. It's your oropathy that's the problem, not to mention you're a terrible drinker. When did you ever see me drink? Oh, that time I was drunk and came to you with a bunch of oropathy bombs. Look, that was the only time in all those years. You know I can't afford booze. Can't stop you. Why don't you do it yourself? Won't be the same without you. But I'm Lithinian. And do you support those nobles who profit off war? Ran away from home because I couldn't stand them. There you have them. Wait a second, they say you ran away from home. Were you No. I was kind of thinking your equipment doesn't look like it's from Babel. Well, I won't speculate. It does nobody any good. So you can go on your own. I doubt the soldiers on the front lines would get along with the Lithinian. When I saw the Lithinian string my father up by a sewer entrance to humiliate him, I never imagined I could befriend a Caprine doctor either. Back then, the only people who showed us any kindness were poor, infected, or both. Right, enough of the sad stuff. Be back in the jiffy. The goat people suck. This is what I'm learning so far. The goat people are German and they're assholes. That's all I'm learning. That's mostly what I've been picking up from this event.
When
Kazdil is just kind of a shithole to live in.
At the risk of incurring your nerd rage, I'm just gonna say it's really a nice place to fucking live in this world. It just seems like a descending ladder of awful places.
I think there's definitely at least a tier list. Yeah, there's at least a tier list on, where it might be worth living. It really just depends on the ratio of crime you're willing to deal with.
Okay, the fact you can't give me a definitive answer just means it's the Final Fantasy XIV thing. It's like, which nation state do you prefer? Well, do you like giant insects and the tree healthcare? No. Do you want to get mugged at night for going out on the docks because you didn't talk right? No. Do you want to be enslaved by midgets because you don't have enough money?
Yeah. Come on. I'm sure Wolf Italy isn't so bad. Syracuse isn't so bad. It's just ran by the mafia. Join the mob. It's not so bad.
Fucking hate the mob.
Hey, at least if you get infected by the rock disease, you can still be a person there.
No, I don't want the rock disease. I don't want etherealization. I don't want cognitive chaos disorder. I don't want any.
Yeah, it all sucks. Seriously, since when did the Sartas become so glib-tongued with me? I wonder if this town is progress, Theresa. In any case, Kazdil's moving in. Things will get better. Back already? Well, it's about time you laid down. Oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else. Wait, your wounds are really bad. Nobody treated your arts burns? The Lithinians did it. My son's dead. They burned him alive before my very eyes. I was the only one who lived. Please let me see your wounds. They burned him alive. He was screaming. They used arts to hang him in the air for everyone to see. My brothers are dead. My captain is dead. The Athenians stood on the high grounds. They raised their staff. Their raised staffs looked just like this. With bloodshot eyes, the nearly deranged Sartas fixes his eyes on the doctor's staff abandoned in the corner. The emblem of the home she had left behind hangs from the staff. Like the doctor does not sense the hostility. She inspects the wound but feels a chill run down her spine. You're armed. Why didn't the guards check you? Uh-oh. The light of the soul furnace lights up in the night sky above Kazdil like the midday sun. The fire crackling echo like a mournful drown, a somber tribute to the fallen who become its fuel. All the Sartas set their eyes on the sky that night. No one notices the light from one of the field hospital windows go out. Ah! Murdered! How nice! Your Highness? Why was I brought here? Oh yes, I have good news to report. What news? We won. We defeated the Athenians, Your Highness. Me and my son and the Blue Blood Squad, we won. We won. Are you not glad, Your Highness? Were we too slow? Lake, my son, bring me the battle. Son? Son? Sorry, Your Highness, I don't know where my son went. You killed a doctor. One who has served Casdale for years, treating oropathy patients. Casdale? Doctor, no, you misunderstand, Your Highness. I only fight Athenians. Have you read his emotions, Theresa? Pain, confusion, madness. He has driven himself mad to escape the painful memories. He doesn't even know what crime he committed. The others do. The guards discovered him brawling with another sarcasm on the shattered casks of liquor which ignited and spread the fire throughout the field hospital. I'll await the king's response, but you cannot be the one to do it. Leave it to me. Your Highness, General, I gave it my all to defeat the Athenians. Was I wrong to do so, Your Highness? Take him away. His name is Logan. Given to him by his mother, who was one of the first Babel engineers. He hardly uses any arts, but the guards were hypnotized by arts. Someone is behind this. The military commission will not investigate the Sartas for the sake of an outsider. Not after they've just been through another ordeal. Neither should Babel. We have no choice. The war's just ended. Babel should withdraw from military and political affairs, at least for the time being. You know that's not what Babel is about in the first place. I do, but many don't. I will define the parameters for Babel's activities. Babel's members will continue to serve Casdale's medical, educational, and technological needs from this area. The military mission will continue to protect them, but we must make every effort to avoid conflict. There will come a day when the repressed hatred boils over, and even we will be powerless when that day comes. Casdale is in urgent need of a change. We have to solve the originating problem soon. But even that won't solve all our problems. I know. I've always known. Yeah, because it's a shithole. Not a great place. There you are.
All because of me.
All because of me? No.
Yeah.
Because of the cringe.
The cringe rock.
The cringe rock that everyone has to use. What have you seen? City. Death, people cry, people die. Cry tears? There stretches out his hand, a delicate stone knife lies in its palm. Knife, my. Keep it safe, a warrior should treasure her weapon. I will teach you how to sharpen your blade, but it's up to you to decide whom it hunts. You're too impatient there, she's not ready to understand these things yet. She has to understand sooner or later. Maybe, but for now, what we should do is give the frightened child a little bit of peace. You like this city, Astalon? Compared to the armored general, Astalon does not like this sarcastic woman crouched before her. She seems to see through all of her thoughts, leaving no secrets. The most dangerous thing in the wastes. She cannot bring herself to be hostile to this gentle sarcasm. No need to be afraid. You know I don't mean you any harm. Come, touch my horn, we're the same. Warm here. Warm me. Yes, warm. Hatred and killing are not the only way to solve a problem. Problem. Theresa says no more. It's typical for the girl who has known nothing but the waste to understand certain words, even with the help of the king of the Sartas. She takes Astalon's hand. It's like the wound on your palm. Weapons cannot heal it. Only time and medicine can. Okay, I've cleaned your wound. Still need to take care of it. Be patient. One day you'll wake up and find that it doesn't hurt anymore. Yeah. Come on, you little come on, yeah. Babel classroom, Casdale. No one here? We'll wait a little longer. It's not lesson time yet. They'll come.
I zoned out and I thought you were speaking in fucking tongues because of the game. If I just heard. I was like, okay. Okay. He's gone insane.
Plus, if memory serves me, many of Babel's teachers have already left out of fear. You're troubling yourself too much with trivial matters, Theresa. You need to rest. We still have to. I want to wait a little longer, Theris. Very well. He does not leave. The classroom is eerily quiet. Theresa closes her eyes and recalls the students who used to fill the lab. We said we can get potatoes for coming to school. Didn't understand that one, Your Highness. Do you have any simple stories? You said you went to the outside of mercenaries when you were our age. There's a sea between Sarda and Liberia? What's a boat? Why can't we go up on deck? Why would we throw up? Athenian spires? Are they like our furnace? People who are nice to us, but Dad says there's no foreigners like that. But the teachers here are nice to us. Students come and go, but she always manages to get them to return. But this time, no one came. Oh? General Theris, Your Highness, You. The hilt of the stone knife hits the boy in the chest. No one able to break free, the boy strains to look at the tall, gaunt woman who has him pinned. So, I just wanted to... Seriously, Your Highness, you're here too. This classroom, are you teaching? Down the knife, Astalon. Your Highness? You were looking for me? Yes, I came to seek an answer for the children who lost their parents. I know the military commission will take care of them as it took care of me. Will this change anything? What if another war comes? I want to change things, but I don't know what I can change or what else I should change. He is really just brushing off the fact that a fucking feral child almost stabbed him with a fucking knife.
That's normal.
It's normal. Each arriving to their own answer side. What's your name? Manfred. Oh, yeah, the guy at the start. What a silly, silly lad. Dad, we've been standing at the door forever. Why can't we go in? Mommy's hurt very badly. She needs him to fight the rest. We shouldn't bother her. I miss Mom. Daddy misses her too, but not now. We'll go home together once I come back. Where are you going, Dad? I have to leave the city for a bit to make the people who hurt Mommy pay. Stay here with Mommy and wait for Daddy. Can you say, Daddy? Figure out a way to make Mommy better, I promise. You like Mommy's name? Ada. Yes, it sounds very nice. It's your name now. But I'll teach you to fight the bad guys with Mommy's weapon once I get back. Okay, I'll beat up the bad guys who hurt Mommy. Will beating up the bad guys make her feel better? You'll understand someday, Ada. I'll be back soon. Wait for me. Good luck turns around and toward the crystal-infested city wall. The only thing left that ties into the city is Ada. Ada and Ada.
A satisfying battle. It brought
Oh,
palpitations
nice.
even to
Edge. I want to go refill my fucking drink. My throat hurts. Ugh. Reading.
That's why you need Microsoft Mike to narrate for you.
Microsoft Mike. Jesus.
And she had like the NASA, like the little space sim voices.
Oh yeah. They'll do all the reading. It'd be great. Ooga booga. Ah. Pain. Okay, there we go. Drop intermission. I am back. Aye, aye, aye. Raw sugar plums. Let's see. Oh boy. Start. Looks pretty easy. Beverage acquired. Aye. 8 years ago. Summer 1086. Residential district, nomadic city of Tosdale. Remember the promise we made at the beginning of the lesson? Good. Keep your voice low when answering and don't tell anyone about the classes. Ray Tongt has been teaching you about our history for the past 2 months. As for myself, I've been struggling to decide what to teach you in our last lesson. Mathematics, language, agriculture, weapon making? But I've come to realize that whatever I teach you won't truly change our lives. We've lived silently in despair for too long. The war 18 years ago never ended. The Joseph Lethern's fleet continued to haunt those who experienced that war. Many died in despair, drowned in the fear of war and being consumed by the black rocks that grow from their body. But our instincts drove us to seek a way to overcome despair. Some declared war on despair and on the outsiders who oppressed us, but they all fell short in the face of cruel reality. Came to see the contracts. I never seen a more motivated mercenary than you. Are you trying to buy a mansion in Columbia or something? One should feel lucky just to be alive for so long in that sense. I suppose your name is well deserved. I heard a bunch of jobs came in lately. Anything good? Their eyes on and in the city now. Things didn't work out too well for the last few who took these jobs. It's Babel stuff. Are you sure you're going to be a part of that mess? Yeah, I trust my luck. Have it your way. There's a teacher in town who's saying good things about Babel and outsiders. Someone is willing to pay to shut him up for good. Will do. I look forward to your surprises. Hope your luck doesn't run out today. It's been a while since good luck came back. The city has changed a lot. People come and go. Familiar with the words Babel and military commissions. There are always people fighting over things that he does not understand. He doesn't understand why the Sartas feel the need to fight with one another. He takes out a photo of the target, a mild-mannered young man, the triangular marking on the sleeves. A teacher spreading praise about Babel's outsiders, inciting opposition against the military commission. Sorry, your luck just ran out today. Could be around here. Wait, this place. He's been away for so long, but not long enough to forget his home. Ada's home. Ada, you should not have gotten involved. Being not used to despair from one defeat after another at the hands of powers beyond our ability to resist. But we need to convince ourselves that our despair was not self-inflicted, that it stemmed from an obvious source in our lives. That is what Babel has become for people in this day and age. It was Babel who brought the enemies. It was Babel's medicine that worsened our apathy. It was Babel's education that sapped our will to resist. It was Babel who deluded the king of Sartas and tricked us into giving up on collecting the blood debt from outsiders. Babel is the source of all our despair. I see some of you nodding. No doubt you've heard the same from your parents in desperate times. People often mistake hearsay for the truth. But is it the truth though? Were our lives better without the outsiders in Tasdale? Don't take anything at face value. See, think, and find your own answer. Yes, it's hard to leave Casdale. The lands outside is full of danger. Even making it to the border of the next country is no small feat. But I'll still leave this place. I'll go to Lethern, Columbia, Casmerias. Anywhere I can find a way to change things. Then I'll come back and teach you and all the children of Sartaz. What happened to Babel, you ask? The future of Babel? Hide yourselves. Don't make a sound. Hello, are you looking for someone? Sorry, I got the wrong door. You need help? I'm familiar with the area. He smiles, and there is no panic in his eyes. Aslan stands in the sparsely furnished room and understands. You live here on your own? Yes. My name is Aslan. I'm from Babel. Thank you for sheltering him, but you must leave. Be careful. These are troubled times. You heard her. Someone knows you're here. You need to go. Not just the military commission, but also those mercenaries who have been bringing trouble to our doorstep. I know. I'm very grateful for you lending us your home to serve as a classroom. The children, I'll take them home. Don't worry. You can continue your classes in a few days once the storm has passed. There'll be no need. As I said before, I'm ready to leave. I've already spent too much time here because I wanted to see the lessons through to the end. There are many places that I still need to see. Alright, oh, don't forget the potatoes. They're from the children and me. It's not much, but they'll serve as a few meals on the road. Thank you so much, all of you. I should be the one thanking you. I learned a lot from you. The past few years, Tazel has grown faster than its education and public thinking can keep up. I fear that our powers will be our own destruction if we do not change the present situation. The conflicts we see in Tazdale are now a good example. This is not how the Sartaz should be. I have yet to find a way to change all these things, but I know the answer does not lie with Tazdale. Goodbye, Ada. Goodbye. Your journeys be safe and smooth. Ada watches as the teacher disappears around the corner, but does not go in. He does not remember when it started, but he has the habit of sitting by the door waiting for a familiar someone to return. Wind stirs the dust from the streets, and the dust stirs up his tears. There's not even a shadow. He gently closes the door. Ada. Edlot sees the target leave the house. Then he sees a familiar figure that he has not seen for a long time. His blade feels heavy. He cannot move. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm a lousy dad, but finds his grip on the knife's hilt. He knows only one way to give Ada a better future. He just fucking killed. No. Another one. A mist shrouds the corpse in the corner of the street, erasing all traces of its existence. Passing of a life in Castle is akin to a speck of dust falling to the ground, unheard, unceremonious, and unnoticed. His luck has run out. How long do you plan on hiding there, Manfred? Are you planning to stab me in the back now? Another mercenary. How many have you killed? Didn't see the point to keep count. You kill 1, 2, 100 even, but can you even kill every single mercenary who accepts the contract? They just want to remind us that we've been complacent with the status quo for far too long. Using the lives of Babel members as a reminder, to remind whom? He made a promise to Her Highness. Is that what he calls protection for Babel? All I see are crackdowns on Babel and mercenaries running wild. Oh. Oops. Ah. Our dear friend. Gone to the wind. His internet's dying, much like mine did earlier. Fuck Comcast. There are some things that should not be said aloud, especially not by you, Astalon. If you don't like it, then if you don't like it, arrest me. Let's see if you improved at all under his tutelage. The general has taught me that there are more important things than violence. And by the looks of things, the mercenaries aren't the only ones, the only ruthless cutthroats around here. Stop dodging if you dare. I'll prove to Her Highness I can beat you. You're slow, Manfred. What? You're dead. Again. Get up. Don't need you to tell me. Footwork, Manfred, and Aslan, stop going for his head all the time. This is the most effective way. It's his own fault for getting hit. If he can't dodge it, he has to learn how to take it. You're right, Aslan, but why did you sob? We didn't tell you to. I can take it, Your Highness. It's not over yet. I hit, Highness. Did you now? Get down, Astalon. Don't hurt him, Astalon. Oh, fucking tied him to a pillar to beat him up. Manfred's long limbs fell helplessly in the air while his foe was tied to his stake. How'd you do it so fast? Not my inspiration from the way Her Highness sews. Manfred wriggles break free, but the more he squirms, the tighter the ropes hang to him. I cannot understand how Aslan so be strong and fast when she looks as thin as frail as him. Let me down. Look, I won again. Aslan raises her weapon high and grins victoriously at the twin sovereigns. Aslan is on a lot more cheerful. What are you thinking? They're different from the other Sartaz children. We can change them, but how can we reach all the children of Tazel? Any time. Babel can do it. Time is a luxury. I know, but education is not something that can be rushed. What we're doing is leaving hope for the next generation. The flame of hope will never go out, as long as there's a single teacher in Tazel remains willing to share with these children the vision of a beautiful future. Teresa cast her eyes toward the two children, full of hope for the future. Well, are you going to admit defeat or not? No, let me down. We're not done. I'll let you down when you admit defeat. No way. I'll invite you, Manfred. Thank you, Your Highness. Why am I flying, Your Highness? Alright, that'll do. Three still let him down. Fucking, they're bullying they're bullying the lad. You've improved, but Theris doesn't tell you everything he knows. You were always a faster learner, but ever since you left the general, you've been nothing but unadjusted and lost. He's disappointed in your departure, by the way. I may not be as good with words as you are, but at least I don't just ignore the insults against Her Highness Theresa. Do you really know why Her Highness is so dedicated to Babel's ideals? Do you really know why the general hasn't openly denounced the attacks on Babel? You should have talked to him, rather than turn your back on him. I turned my back. You're the one who turned your backs on Her Highness and the voices of so many. It's Theris who has turned his blind eye to the mercenaries' acts of violence and the damage they've caused Babel. This much I know. The general has allowed it precisely because he can't ignore the voices of the majority. If the fate of the Sartaz is doomed to fall into the abyss, then what's wrong with using a more efficient means to prevent it? So that's what you truly think. What most of us in Tazdel think. It's not that I don't trust Her Highness. Anyone can promise a better future, but we can't ignore reality. Isn't it crueler to use violence? Isn't it crueler to use violence to force a child to shake hands and make peace with a murderer who just killed his father? Do whatever you want. I'll keep my hands off the military commission, but if you try to act through the mercenaries, then my job is simple. No more mercenaries, no more problems. Astalon, if you have the time, go visit Her Highness. I never seen her so tired. Puff of mist is the only sign that she was ever there. Manfred looks down and wipes away the blood seeping out of his chest. He sighs and turns to the entry street only to spot the deceased mercenary's effect. Someday, we'll all understand. It was never Her Highness or the General who made this choice. Yeah. Who's there? He hesitates before opening the door. It's been a busy day at this old rancherical house, from the teacher to the multiple visitors. Who could it be outside the door? Has his father already returned? If so, what would he say? He has learned so much from the teacher that he wants to share with his father, whose visits back will become less and less frequent. He takes a deep breath and cleanses his mind, puts on contemplation, and opens the door. Hello? Good evening. Can I help you, sir? You know who I am? No, sir, but I know the uniform of the military commission. This is a routine inspection. Do you recognize these items? This is my father's. There have been some disturbances in the city. I'm afraid your father. I'm so sorry. Where'd you find them? There's nothing else left at the scene. I'm sorry. What's your name? Ada. I mean, you need help. No, I'm very grateful that you brought these back. It's been a long time since I last saw him. This is enough. I don't have to wait anymore. He's not coming back. You have any family or friends you can count on? I can take care of myself. Besides, we've seen things like this every day in the city, no? I'm sorry I gushed, sir. I feel like I know you somehow. I'm sure you're busy. I won't keep you any longer. My condolences. Poor lad. Very sad. The saddest boy. The door closes. Manfred can hear the sound of sobbing coming from behind the door, but he doesn't feel sorrow. Not anymore. Ada's right. He's seen this too many times, yet he remembers this is not what the city was meant to be. Silent crack. Let's see.
I can only hope this mission won't prove to be a waste of time.
I'll do my best to make sure no one gets hurt. Forward!
I have Myrrh, so I'll just put her.
Let's begin.
I forgot I needed to replace her.
A fine choice.
Standing by discipline strengthens the will.
Fucking destroy them.
What a ruckus.
Let's do Mare.
I need to be careful.
Do not disrupt my thought process.
Very well.
We'll put our boy Silver Ash there. Ah, shit. The attacks based off movement speed, huh? Do you slow? I don't remember it. You do. Slow. Slow him. Slow him way the fuck down because I said so.
Thy pleas falleth upon deaf ears.
And Lapland.
Stop me.
Any other spots? No.
What a ruckus.
Not one step backwards.
Hoshi. Fuck him up.
Art thou mine worthy enemy, or art thou naught but a jester?
Okay, I can't put her there. Oh, because I lost it because she put a chain. That's annoying. Who fucking died? Oh wait, no, I just have
What a ruckus.
deployment to use.
As expected.
What is this? Offense. Why can I not deploy someone there? I can play to you, but
It's okay. It's
game. What the fuck? Why are you fucking with me, huh?
shut up.
I have an idea.
You'll have to try harder than that.
I have an idea.
I'm just gonna save the. I'll just save the last fucking deployment point because I fucking goofed it.
What a ruckus.
Oh! Yeah, the chains would have slowed them down more since they do damage based off of fucking movement speed. Whatever, didn't need them. Didn't need the more efficient way, but eh. Nomad city of Casdell. Let me through. Sartaz Royal Torch Soldier. This area is off limits. What happened? Are you with Babel? No. It's none of your business. The wall of the Royal Torch Soldier prevent. I see several families frying faces in the Stattering Con. Those students, I think I'm gonna take this alley here. Excuse me, do you know what happened? Someone beat another guy to death. He's dead. He's dead too. Are you trying to join in the racket? Babbled in. What was Her Highness thinking? Shut your trap. You owe everything you eat and everything you wear and the roof over your head to Her Highness. Well, it's simple enough, alright. A teacher beat the father of his student to death. Teacher? How could? All the man did was stole him and let him as a teacher telling the kid all sorts of awful things. It's not true. You're a Babel shill too, kids these days. Hey, what are you doing? Oda squeezes through the crowd and sees familiar faces laying on the ground. He finally... The teacher lying in a cloud of dust. And then hurt his father. In there, I'll find the doctor. Now, over there, him. Oda looks in the direction of the dying man he's pointing at and sees an injured child trying by the lifeless body of his father. Oda runs through the burning streets, tearing the injured child in his arm and pieces together a whole picture from what he sees and hears. He began when an agitated teacher accidentally killed an agitated father before he was set upon by an angry crowd and fell in the dust of the streets. The turmoil dragged everyone in, civilians, Babel, mercenaries, even the military commission. Like a chain reaction, clouds of dust were stirred up in various corners of the city. It wasn't until artillery from an unknown source blasted through a wall of Babel's office building that the royal troops finally quelled the riot. It began with an accident and ended with a shell that caused more damage to Babel than anything in the past 18 years since the end of the war. The kid is hurt and needs a doctor. Don't make me do this the hard way. Whose side are you on? Babel, the military commission? Neither. I just need to get him to a doctor. Now get out of my way. And it's too late for him. Sorry. Joe. We don't trust outsiders so easy. Sartaz, not in this. Thank you. Oda can feel a charge as he continues on his way. Running through the streets, he seems to feel someone brush, but sees no one. So I'm imagining things. It's up right there. Not a step closer. There are patients inside. This kid needs medical attention now. But I didn't think there was anyone still willing to bring patients here. Alright, I'll take it from here. I'll try to give you some extra medicine before we leave. Leave? Her Highness made the decision, but we all know what's happening. We're not welcome in Castle anymore. Where are you going? Outside the city? Aren't you afraid of the dangers of the ways? Yes, I am. But if the city no longer welcomes us, then we respect its choice. I want to join Babel. I can care for or protect you. Is this the one who started the whole mess? Will he live? Don't think so. Lost too much blood. Then what are we even doing here? Just follow the general's orders and don't ask questions. Who would have thought that something so minor would need their highness's statement? Trying to talk to us with nobody else around? Probably just seeing things before he dies. No banshee would sing an eulogy for such a sinner. Dangerous. Go. They can't see me. My arts hides my presence. Who are you? A student. I came from far away, following the footsteps of my mother to find answers in this wandering city and our two rulers. Did you find? I'm afraid the city doesn't have answers ready yet. But I found you. The ideas that you advocate were very interesting. I was with you when you taught those children in the basement, learning about the city and Babel. Of course no one noticed, except Astalon. The boy? He has been brought to Babel where his injuries will be treated. You regret your end? No, the boy defended me. He understood what I tried to change. I'm sorry about his father. I sympathize. It was not your intention to cause this tragedy, but fate has played a cruel joke on you. I hear crying. It's your eulogy, calling your fading soul to the other side. Fear not, hesitate not, the myriad souls welcome you with open arms, let my song take you beyond. Thank you. Young Banshee's song soothes the mind of the dying man. The gentle song echoes through the crowded streets of the city. Banshees respond to the song of their young kin, adding their voices to the harmony. It is an eulogy that commemorates the passing of an ordinary Sartas. You were talking about the future of Babel in the lesson, but you didn't get to the end. What were you going to say? I believe that Babel will die someday. I hope I'm wrong. No, it dies and becomes something else. A song, another Sartas is passed on in the turmoil. There's no longer any place for Babel here. I will lead them and leave this city. Risa, we love you, all of us. I know, but Babel has no choice. But if you leave, my people have made their choice. Neither I nor Thesis can change it. We cannot abandon hope, but the best course of action right now is to avoid conflict. Hatred will always swallow us like a flood. You've always known, Theresa, our hero, our king. Gentle requests and gradual changes will not sway the minds of the Sartas drawn here by Casdale's rise. Perhaps what I say will disappoint, even hurt you, Theresa. Rimbilton, Sardon, even Columbia, you have opened their doors and allowed the Sartas to negotiate with some as equals. Hera has seen more technological progress in 50 years than it has for millennia. But we were too slow. Despite the incredible changes you've brought to Casdale, there haven't been enough to bear the fruits of true transformation. Even if I too believe that the fruits of spring are near. Is this the stance of the Banshee's tort, Leckemrin? I'm just a mother who came to see her boy off, Theresa. I respect his choice, and there will come a day when he will speak for our royal court. But that day is not today. I know you love him. You haven't allowed yourself to age since he was born. Ephemil was a miracle to me, and to all Banshees. The day he was born, I became loath the age of time. I preserved my appearance at the peak of my beauty. I wish to remain eternal in his memory. My life is finite, of course. It's only a facade that never changes. I know that your highness is thinking. You never expected your dream to come true in this generation. You see yourself as the soil, and it's not the soil due to witness the flowers bloom. Even if the two of you have to give everything to nourish the soil. Humor my little self-indulgence, your highness. Until he finds the answers he is seeking, allow him to travel between the two of you, to learn from both of you. He'll be first the sprouts to emerge from the soil. Bring Affin, take care of him, protect him in my place. I will, Leckemri, my friend. Thank you. No matter where you go, no matter what fate awaits either of you, in the Banshee court will sing both of your eulogies and announce to all, this is my promise. It is the most ancient and powerful witchcraft, my final parting gift to you, Leckemri. Will we meet again? I hope so. Until next time then, I look forward to the day where I can hear you sing in the midst of the Carnivales. Farewell, your highness. I'm afraid I must stay here and go no further. Affamil will be a part of your procession after all, and I'm not ready to say goodbye to him yet. Two days later. How long do you plan on standing there? Came a little too early if it's Theresa you're looking for. I didn't think you would have the courage to come to me, asked Lun. Why? You mean why you wouldn't have the courage to see me, or why I banished Babel? You've seen Manfred? Yes. Did you do it? Not all the way. Good. Now remove yourself before you say something childish and naive. Not even Theresa would agree with you. Or you could choose to stay. You don't have to explain yourself after all. You never formally joined Babel. Her Highness needs someone to protect her. She is more powerful than you think. And I agree with you even less, Master. I suppose I should take that as a no. You and Manfred are my best students, yet both of you have your fatal flaws. Your talents in combat are peerless, but what do you truly believe in? Your Highness, impatience. I said what you truly believe in, not me or Theresa. You still don't know what you seek, do you? To protect? That's just empty deceptive sentimentality. When you're unsure of your own path, you merely project your motivations onto vague ideas. I've thought about it carefully, perhaps. Then follow Theresa, protect her, but don't blindly adopt her ways. Think for yourself. Manfred found his answer long before you did. The next time we see each other, never mind. Aslan, there's nothing else for us to talk about now. Aslan falls on one knee, then turns to a mist that closes around Theris. The mist trembles and disappears, leaving behind only a stone knife in Theris' hands. He recalls the day that he snatched the blade from the child in the catastrophe. You were too cold to her, Theris. It's a time of parting. You could have shared your mind with her. She has never been adept at expressing emotion. As her teacher, you know you're better than me at reaching the teenage side of her. You really have no faith in her choice. She is welcome back at any time. Manfred remains too complacent in his training. He needs someone to challenge him, a goal to work towards. I'll tell her. I wish she would come back too. I know. We cannot resolve a minor conflict like this, and that's when it escalate into a full-fledged civil war. If it comes to that, all we dreamed for a century will be for naught. If that day comes, and if I have to, I'll kill you. Babel is ready. We'll leave with those who are willing to follow. We always kept them close. Yes, because they need me. I need you too. Kazdel needs its king. Theris, our people have made their choice. The best course of action for now, as at least, is for Babel's to back down. I'll continue to call the nourishing rain upon Kazdel, change the city's circumstances, and wait for hatred to subside. But if you become the greatest threat to the searching dreamers in this long and painstaking process, I will destroy you. So be it. Civil War, baby! It's a great time! Mercenaries and royal court soldiers line the streets, holding back the relentless crowd. It was the king of Sartas who brought food and shelter. It was also the king of Sartas who allowed oppression and hatred to foster. The Babel procession stretches as far as the eye can see, past the barricades formed by lines of royal court soldiers, past a disdainful crowd. Theris swats towards the crowd and stands with them. He has left Theresa's side for the first time in 2 centuries. We all know what we must face. I hope this will not be the last time we stand together. Will that day be far? Not too far. Teresa joins the silent procession. Their farewell to the city is soulless. Their path is one of hope. Then something occurs, enough to silence the rest and momentarily halt the procession. The cursing and crying ceases every eye turns to a single poignant scene. The mercenary sets out of the line to embrace his best friend in the procession. No one can hear the whispers exchanged between the 2 friends by the ruins of Babel, but all are willing to wait and give them their moment of farewell. A farewell between people, their city, between 2 peoples of the same blood. A young Sartas, who has lost everyone he holds dear, walks in the procession without regret. He remembers walking the same path, leaving the city in search of his parents with his older companion many years ago. Dad, I believe there has to be another way than war. Mom, I know you believe in Babel because you hoped for a different way to live. Goodbye, Mom, Dad, home. For Theresa's eyes only, I have heard of what happened in Kazdel and share your sense of loss. The city holds special meaning to us all. But Babel needs not drift on the wastelands, for I have located the ship I previously mentioned in Rimbilly. The evacuation went smoothly, and the ship's base of Babel Sunshine has been restored after 2 years of work. It will carry the hopes of Babel in the future. Please wait for me, Theresa. P.S. I did find it on the ship. A legacy that could bring upheaval to this land. Given its importance, I feel it's crucial to discuss this matter with you in person. With hopes, I'll sit.
Weaklings.
Huzzah! Aye. No, cutscene. Fuck! The cutscene one. Oh, it's even longer. Things have not done up porting the plan. Yeah, it fucking sounds like it. Let's see. What are the things in the lovely little store? Nice stuff. That I will definitely grind out at some point. What a very enticing and fun little story so far. Yeah. Ah, our boy. I have a parting gift for you, Victor. What do you hear? This is... Do you remember? This is the polarization born when AMA 10 was born. You said you found a rhythm within its waveform. Of course, I added a little personal touch. I adjusted the direction of the planetary tracks array to capture different echoes. The harmony is derived from the lingering neutrinos of extinguishing stars. As for the orchestrator, I used the gravitational folds left behind when the ship sailed through the Stargate. Oh, I knew you'd like it. The universe is singing, even at this moment. It's still as touching as ever. But this violates the norms we set ourselves, Priestess. These facilities should be kept operating on the present path. The stars are losing their color. This world no longer has norms, doesn't it? This place will fall silent soon, almost like we've never been here. Come, walk with me before the silence comes. I hope we'll get to see this world's future with our own eyes together, Victor. We will. I will wait for you in that. I will wait for you. 4 years ago. Summer 1090. Rhodes Island of Babel, Casdell. Phew. Finally some retrofitting the electrical wiring. Now we're going to be able to withstand any impact, I think. How dare Calcit make me work 48 hours non-stop in the ball crushing factory. Once all this is over, I'm going to tell Her Highness on her. Confirmed within the land ship's communication range. Signals clear. The many bases you hit around are great closure. Of course, not even Her Highness has seen anything this handy. Is their so-called research finished? The energy surge caused by the latest couple rounds almost got Rhodes Island stall. I'm still reinforcing the land ship for the next impact. You know how much I ran shot in my brain to cover up the land ship's movements? Like, what if the military commission's spies caught wind? Relax, I already eliminated all our targets nearby. Just focus on your preparations. Scout, report. Infiltration mission is complete. I'm sending intel back to Babel. What's the situation inside the city? Not much has changed over the past few years. Not many catastrophes, very little movement. Our situation is not very optimistic. Actually, the military commission continues to shrink our strategic space. Let's trust Her Highness and Dr. Calcit. You're right. They spent so much time preparing for today's experiment just to turn the tide. Right. Now, have you gotten your hands on the equipment I was keeping at my place? I've already entrusted it to the messenger to take back to... Awesome. With the secret weapon Calcit and I knocked out... With the secret weapon Calcit and I knocked out together, we will definitely crack that weird control system on the ship. I'll rendezvous with the messenger and confirm the package's risk level before bringing it to the land ship. We've been investigating the agent beyond our missing engineer too. The threat against the land ship hasn't been fully eliminated yet. Closure, I brought you even more materials just as you asked. They're so heavy. Thanks, Ada. Looks like I can make more safety equipment for Her Highness and Dr. Calcit. Should install an extra line for backup. Hope there won't be any more unexpected surprises this time. You need help, Closure? Oh, you should hurry and get back to the safe zone with everyone else. The next wave of impact is probably going to be in 30 minutes. Everything's all ready. Kind of curious. Just what type of secret experiments are Calcit and Her Highness running? They even need the mod the energy defense modules, not to mention those weird tests. The death ray? You know, death ray would be pretty helpful. There's no one better at understanding of Originium. If you want to solve the suffering caused by Originium, there's no better candidate for the job. The news you bring is always so surprising, even for the King of Sarkaz. Are those devices still working? Are you confident about the resurrection? The vast majority of life forms of Terra can't resist corrosion that spans such a long stretch of time. The Terra we see today is no doubt a miracle, and so are you, Theresa. But in the past, the whole solar system revolving around the sun was insignificant in their eyes. You seem a little tense and also a little anxious and nervous. Is there anything else that worries you? Yes. I can't tell you. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, I shouldn't have distracted you. Focus, I can feel it. Elsit, you love this name, don't you? I've forgotten almost everything else about those days. But I still remember how, in that distant past, somebody gave me this name. Elsit. That was the last time we ever met. Elsit, I do not have much time left. Search for traces of lies, search for hope and future. Elsit, find your own answer. Find yourself. And why hesitate? I know what you mean, it's just... I've had a premonition, worry perhaps, a conjecture. At the starting point of this land, at a certain point in time when life had only started budding, something that could never truly be reversed happened here. I don't know what it is. If it's someone that even Dr. Solacid can pull her full faith in, I'm not the one bit worried. Besides, considering how cautious you are, the safety measures that you prepared well ahead of time have never allowed me to worry. I'm sorry to say this, Theresa. This alone, no matter how many contingency measures I prepare, I still can't confidently say anything conclusive. Theresa, I can't guarantee that I'll always make the most rational decision, and this time, I want to believe. And do what you want, I'll be here with you. Elsid's hand touches the door that stood silently for a critically long stretch of time. A new wave of tremors reaches Rhodes Island. The door loosens. Originium will become the beacon to inspire civilization. If one day other life forms in the universe lose their homeland and seek a way to resolve their plight, they will witness that we once shined, we once resisted, and that this is where we rest. We once delivered a gift to those who came after us, but for our annihilation, hope. Oh, a little bit of animation, a little bit of effect. Unknown language. This place. Is it time already? Warning, unknown power activated. Warning, parts access detected. Warning, parts access detected. Parts access reset complete. Administrator permissions confirmed. All communication modules channel open. Communications receiver module overclocking procedure completed. Search preserver, no signal. Search Tonsero Arbor, no signal. Celestial fulcrum, no signal. Unknown static noise, no signal. Search complete, no signal detected on any channel. Would you like to retry? No. Answer. Just me? How long has it been? Searching progress logs. Latest update 4,755,954 days ago. Abnormal vitals detected. Loading restoration module. Restoring. Unknown. Did I wake up too early or too late? What stage has Originium reached? Searching Originium inspection history data. No response. Originium inspection module is disconnected. Terra. Why save all this redundant information? This isn't recorded in the database. A new language? A new civilization is born? It's just me. What about her, priestess? I can answer your question. I saved those data and parts in advance. You? A hint of unfamiliarity, perplexity, and vigilance flash in the eyes of the person stuck in the past. Elsit senses it from the glare of the person in the sarcophagus. Likewise, Theresa senses Elsit's nervousness. Wait. You've changed a fair bit. The person inside the sarcophagus feels like they've just woken up from a short dream. The life form that bid them farewell prior to sleep is still here by their side. But you've never left. No, from the moment I left this place until now, when I am standing before you again, I have wandered for thousands of years. However, I have never forgotten the question you left me. Elsit waits uneasily. She needs to make sure. She needs to make sure that her hope has not gone through some kind of horrible change. That was not a question, that was what I looked forward to. Then, have you found meaning of your life yet? Calcit. Fucking message me. No one important. Fuck off. Discovering the meaning in the continuation life, it's a path that I will have to keep walking. You still remember. I still remember. To me, it was like yesterday when we said goodbye to each other, but it almost seemed like an eternity. But to you, there was never a moment when I forgot all that you've done for me. Aside from my life, you granted me one other thing that I found most precious: freedom. Please, just doctor will do. Calcit. Let me get out first. You are still very weak. I can help. No need. Calcit, I still have many questions. What has become of Originium? I couldn't find any records. It still grows on the continent outside, so I woke up too early. You've suffered, Calcit. I can tell from your eyes you woke me up because you need my help. Yes, we need your help. I see. That devil? I can see from your friend behind you that not only has Originium found an unexpected way to exist, he also possesses, yes, civilized Titania. The course of this civilization is very complicated. What's her name? Does her civilization have anything like that used to refer to individuals? Theresa. Theresa. The awakened one walks up to Theresa and holds out two arms, showing palms of those hands. Theresa extends her hands to lightly hold the hands of the one from the past. The doctor feels warmth. Yes, Theresa. This is the moment two civilizations make contact with one another, yet Theresa can see sadness in the eyes of this doctor from eras long gone. She feels no warmth from the hand she's holding. Originium and you together. You speak our language? I learned from records. Not hard. Unbelievable. I was thinking about learning your language. Calcit said, my world is lost. Languages of the past should stay in the past. I'm curious about your time. You found and even entered civilized Eternia. I want to ask you everything about your civilization. That's the only way I can find traces of my world, the world of the past. I understand. Doctor, is that how you say it? Please forgive me. Keep holding my hand. I will show you. The doctor cannot help but be attracted to the eyes of the creature that looks like a devil. Through her eyes, the one who lost a world sees life. Fucking interesting. Is the doctor just straight up a human? Is he? Civilization is born from the instincts of living beings. It's survival of the fittest. Natural selection. This is how the cycle of life is formed. A burdened beast accidentally fell beneath the ice, pushing a small tub from the water with its head. The small burdened beast staggers on the ice and walks towards the hunters who are waiting from afar with their bait. It's coming this way. Get ready. The hunter grabs the starting burdened beast tub before the ice cracks underneath them. Good, at least we managed to save war. Rebellion, going against our survival instinct, is a catalyst of our civilization's evolution. And curiously, is what we burned our lives away for, the staircase that allowed our civilization to progress forward. A pioneer chasing the stars is pushing forward with his fallen ally on his back. You dipshit. Why can't you keep at it just for one more day? The newspaper's already said that it was a crashed aircraft of the Wrights, not a shooting star, but you just had to get to the bottom of it. They were failures to crash from the side. What was there to risk your life for? Those rocks that fell into the land? What did you want to prove to me? I too once saw within the black crown the sun didding gulf of darkness shrouding the whole continent. But even at its darkest hour, there were still those who tried to light up the night. It's still black. The sun really is dead. The sun's been dead for too long. We gotta save it. If the sun doesn't live, how are we gonna hold our tail thickness contest? But how? We climb the tallest mountain and raise a torch high to light it back up. What if our arms get tired? We'll build a statue of me, and my statue will hold the torch up instead. Good idea. We can build my statue next to yours to hold up another torch. That way, if my torch goes out, my torch can light yours. With fire comes light, and it is light that guides us towards hope. I can see death as a different interpretation of hope. After your body's destruction to become one with the city within the soul surrenders flames, the honor is only those who are most respected. They will grow as Originian crystals and become one with Tazdel. The newborn will grow among the flittering dust and continue their march forward, the hardships in tow to amid the coarse myriad of souls. Progress mixed with ignorance. The cycle continues and repeats over and over. So beautiful. So nostalgic. Your time, Terra, seems to have gotten back on the right track and achieving enlightenment. How is ignorance defined? How do we prove the progress of enlightenment? The way I see it, all of this is part of our civilization. But the things you showed me, most of them are extremely difficult to compare to your race. Conquerors and the conquered both have been branded with indescribable marks by the land throughout the evolution of civilization. For the sake of survival, I believe that all discrepancies will be unified and all plans will become one. In the future that I envision, all the many lands will become one. That's a stirring belief. It's admirable. I can feel that you truly love this great land. But its discrimination, war, or disaster, the object of your love has long surpassed an individual or its land. But if you surpass the extremes of civilization you belong to, no one will be able to compare your love. On the contrary, they will loathe you. You understand what you will have to go through to reach the future you strive for? If there is no choice but to walk that path, I will gladly do so. Risa, a Terran. No wonder Tulsit trusts you. She willingly took the risk to wake me in order to help you. Right when every era comes to an end, there's always those who try their hardest to change their tide in the final moments. But most of the time, their stories don't end well. Nevertheless, there's no doubt that you have my admiration. After all, on a certain level, you are very similar to some people that I knew. I will never get to see them again. Perhaps I'll need some more time to get my thoughts in order. But no matter, I think I should listen to what you two have to say first. What do you need me to do? Doctor, you need the rest. I'm fine. Tulsit, she's giving me lots of surprises, but on top of that, she's giving me even more challenges. Sorry, I mean confusion. I still don't have a very good grasp of the Sartas language. Saw a lot of unexpected things in her. Surely you did too. I made enemies with her, came to know her, began to understand her wish, and finally admired her responsibility. That black crown shared with Theresa the long history experiences bears, and she too slowly gained foresight that no other can attain. I felt perhaps this would be our best chance with her, with Babel, and with Terra. With Terra. You two are part of this great land now, Tulsit. I hope you'll take this journey with us too. Right. I envy you, and I trust you, Tulsit. But I am just a researcher. Perhaps the help I can offer won't be as significant as you hoped. Or a path to catastrophe. Disasters that have no methods to resist have been bringing many hardships to these lands, yet Terra's technology is almost entirely built upon the foundation of that is Originium. Fighting over energy, the discrimination against the infected, and the strange estrangement between war and races are all further tearing these lands apart. We tried, but our efforts yielded very little. That's because we know practically nothing about Originium. We know nothing about this great land. What happened to the sky and the ocean? Where did the ancient ruins come from? How exactly were we born? I hope you'll be able to find answers for us. Really, Tulsit must have already shared some of those with you. As for Originium, I'm sorry to say that the person I am now can't give you a good answer. At the very least, not an answer to everything. When I woke up, I tried to access the lodge tracking Originium's progress, but strangely, there was nothing. And this glimpse of terror that he showed me has made me even more confused. The development of Originium has taken a completely different turn from what I have expected. I need some time. I need to explore and see this great land for myself to understand how exactly Originium has influenced culture, life, and environment. This could take years, perhaps longer, maybe. After an enormous amount of energy is expended, you'll receive only the most disappointing answer. I once made a promise to somebody. Thinking about it now, perhaps all I ever felt myself or her was regret. That's why I won't make a promise lightly. Felsit, forgive me. In that case, we will wait. No matter what your answer will be, Babel will last until the day of your return, Doctor. Thank you. Well, sorry, but I'm a little hungry. Art showed me that these lands ship as temporary cafeteria. That it does, but it might be a little messy there. How about I take you? Thank you, Theresa, but no. This place has a special meaning to me too. Let me walk there slowly. Myself. Okay, be careful, Doctor. The awakening has given the Doctor a lot of pressure, but it would seem this one is quick to adapt and much quicker than this one. The Doctor wants to learn all there is to learn about Terra. Quick learner too, it seems. If the children were like the Doctor, perhaps they would have the chance to master even more languages, travel to so many places across Terra. So you should go back and look for the others. There should be plenty of Babel affairs that need the chairman herself to. Theresa? Also, there's something bothering me. Maybe I'm overthinking, but I want to tell you. The Doctor seems very surprised by the look of Terra as it is today. You told me that nobody has better understanding of Originium than the Doctor, the same Doctor who said that the development of Originium took a completely different turn from what was expected. Then what should Originium have been like? What should have these lands have been like? What should the Sartas have been like? Interesting. Oh, ad break. Oh, there's an ad break. Ad break. Oh, they'll use the bathroom. Okay. I'm back. More reading. Just quickly use the bathroom. As the Edge was playing. Ugh. Oh lord. I have to stay hydrated because, oh god, this game. So much reading. So much reading. Is the doctor ready to depart? Right, the Doctor applied for transport, some defensive weapons and nothing else. The Doctor stated an intent to avoid combat zones. Alright, we'll just abide the Doctor's wishes. Your Highness, I'd like to follow this Doctor of ours, considering the background involved. I'm worried. Aslan, have you ever left Kazdel? Laughed to count how I once chased a Tory and left the area when I was small, then I most certainly have. And that doesn't count. No, follow and protect the doctor, but do not interfere. I'll keep a close eye. No, Aslan, calm down. I don't want you to keep an eye on anyone. I want you to go out there and see how the people in the other lands live. This is a great opportunity. How they live? Outside our homeland, neither war nor suffering is part of people's daily lives. Food, fashion, art, culture. We could have so much. Many of us know this fact, but even more of us choose to ignore this fact because most of the time we don't have the freedom to choose. Don't give me that look, Aslan. Listen to me. At first you followed me because you opposed Theresa's measures. Theris's measures. Yeah. What about the division after the war? Oh fuck. Log. What was that last one? But what about after this division is over? What will you do then? What will be the next stop for the countless Sartas who share the same idea as you? That's why you need to take a break from the war and see the sights beyond our homeland. See the life that we should have lived. Ah! Yeah! Wow, why my nose gets locked? Ah! It is, if that is your wish. It is. Have a safe trip. A nice little prequel story. Damn. Doctor real fucking weird. What the fuck was he before? Okay, this is when stuff actually gets hard. Let's see. This doesn't look like a hard mission. But for femur like here. Here, actually. Yeah, that would give. Anyway. Start the team. Lappy plappy. Wait. My second drink is already running low. Dr. Tulsit. Oh wait, no, not Doctor. Was that Deer? It was Deer Tulsit. I'm already losing my mind. The dyslexia is kicking in. Glad to receive your letter. Hope you and everyone in Babel are well. A couple of months ago, I rescued a girl by the name of Amia from a convoy that had met with misfortune. The accident killed her parents and afflicted her with oropathy. The locals deal with orphaned oropathy patients by putting them in a car, driving them into the waste. I had no choice but to take her with me. We have become fellow travelers by chance. You can't imagine my panic and helplessness as I took care of her. Fortunately, a woman who goes by the name of Savage has joined our little band, which has helped take some of the burden off me. Alright. Yeah, one of the Vanguard operators. A shadow leaps out of the dunes in the moonlight. It's a raccoon. Hit it with a rocket, gang. Threatening war. Hey, go away. Don't come any closer. Rubs claws excitedly, moves head in confusion. You seem to have made them even more excited, Amia. Don't worry, Doctor. I can deal with this. Mom and Dad taught me how to chase the sand beasts away. All you need to do is imitate the sound of their natural enemies. Chirp, chirp. Pause in confusion. Wait, that wasn't right. Was it chip, chip? Tilts its head in confusion. It's still not right. What was it again? Awoo? Cuckoo? Tick-tock? Swings its tail in confusion. That's not right either. It's okay, Mia. I'll take care of this. The doctor makes a ring with the thumb and index finger and whistles, producing a strange sound. Stands up startled. Quickly digs a hole. Well, Doctor, that sounds just like the real thing. Let me try. Mia presses her tiny hand against her lip, but used too much force and only gets a sound out after going all red and. I wish I knew I could figure out how to do the fucking the really loud fucking whistle. The pair of whistles echo across the land, sending the sand beast stirring underground. A child's laughter replaces the whistle. Then the laughter fades away to silence in a soft little sigh. Come here, Mia. Why the sullen look? The sand beast ran off. I could never remember, even after Mom and Dad taught me so many things and I couldn't protect you, even though I said I would. Your hand's still wounded. It's fully healed. Don't worry, it doesn't hurt. Anyway, don't you remember? It was you who taught me how to make that sound. I did? You see, like I told you, your brain slows down and you start to forget things if you don't sleep. I don't want to sleep. I'm scared that I'll dream of those things. But when you told me you dream of your parents too. We have some time before our ride gets here. Have a sleep. Can I come closer? When I wake up, the first thing I want to see is you. Of course. I know I tell you a few stories while we wait for Savage. A long time ago, there was a really smart scientist. Her home wasn't dangerous, so she made a difficult choice to protect it and the people around her. Passed right the fuck out. Sleepy kid. Doctor, I found the vehicle. We'll be able to go to the next. Shh. He's sleeping. Dear Tulsit, I was glad to find signs of life wherever I went. This should be an unfamiliar world, yet there are things I feel entirely familiar. I recall the legends that had fascinated me past, never failing to capture my imagination despite their age. The ancient machines that had rumbled in the mines and dust once again roamed this land. Stories can become reality, and the reality we can see can become stories. You can come over, Mia. No need to keep poking your head out from there. Are you drawing, Doctor? Am I interrupting something? Of course not. Take a look. Is it good? It's the mining truck we just drove together. Been drawing lots of art experiences. Have you driven a mining truck before? Even the old miners can't go as fast as you did. I've seen many amazing vehicles before, like Originium slugheads, but much larger. Once I drove one of them, and went through the bridge between stars. The bridge between stars? Oh, it's dark at night, so it must have been really dark. Was it dangerous? No. I stand by the bridge, borrowing glowing clouds from old stars and making round mirrors out of them. Follow the path the mirrors show, and we can see the spires fading in and out of the clouds and the crown of flowers worn by the stars on the other side of the bridge. When we descend by the crown, you'll find that it belongs to your children like you. It's a really, really big playground. A playground? I've read about them in the stories. There are lots of children there. You want to play with other children? No, I just want to play with you, Doctor. We'll make more friends as you grow up. As I grow up. What's the most amazing vehicle you've ever driven? Most amazing. Oh, I spent a very long time with it. Very long indeed. Is there anyone else with you? In the beginning, yes. In the end, though, I was alone. But it's alright. I was sleeping. I slept for a very long time. Take me with you next time. That way I can keep you company. You won't have to sleep all day. Why are you laughing, Doctor? That's a big promise to make. Are you sure? You have your own journey, your own vision, your own future. Are you sure you want to be with me? Well, they all say that. There's no future for people with rocks on them. They'll always be with you. We'll have a future, Mia. How's Mia doing? Still not great? Still a bit of fever. Maybe oropathy complications for all the assignment. Hard to find oropathy meds around these parts. She acts like it's nothing during the day, but keeps having nightmares. Poor girl. Every survivor of the accident was infected. No exceptions. How long does it take for oropathy to progress in a child her age? It's different for everyone. Some disintegrate the day after developing acute symptoms. Some suffer for more than a decade of misery. But the end's always the same. Oropathy. Is there anyone in the world who can cure it? The world? Oh, you mean Terra, our great land. Man, you sound one of those old scholars. I didn't know you had a sense of humor. Wait, serious? I'm afraid not. It's impossible. I need it to be possible. People couldn't imagine the nomadic cities a few centuries ago, could they? I'll find a way before symptoms deteriorate. It may be hard, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Say it to Rim Billy, and they'll think you're making fun of them. You never fail to surprise me, but I just can't help but believe in you. Is that the charm of being smart? Come on, Charlotte. I meant you. Never mind. What? Oh, I meant, can't you tell there's something about you, something that lets everyone know that you're different from us? Amiya senses it. Children are more sensitive than we know. Is it that obvious? She's strong. She doesn't show her sadness in front of you. She wants you to see her joy. She doesn't want to be a burden to you. She's trying to take care of you. You become the only pillar in her life the day you saved it. But she knows you were never supposed to cross paths. She's afraid that you'll abandon her too. Don't worry, I won't leave her. Now that's the spirit. I knew you'd say that. Dear Tulsit, I thought I'd never be more than a passing visitor in this place, one history would never remember. This intentional isolation made me forget reality. I am here on Terra, this great land. I don't know what made me feel it, but the warmth of life coming from a child's palm stings my heart and it makes it burn. He's experiencing emotion and it hurts. I'm feeling it's a problem. This is searching and fruit left here on purpose. They know I'm here. Always inscrutable. Dear Tulsit, I'm planning to take Amiya back to Babel. Savage has done her best to find medicine for Amiya, but my ability to treat Amiya's orpathy is limited under present conditions. I know Amiya isn't special. By any objective standard, I know that Babel faces a crisis no less daunting, but I decided to bring her back. I met many people along the way. I'm fretted over money at times, benefited from people's generosity at others. I've seen new things, even some that surprised me for the first time in a long time. The non-vi we were traveling with broke down. We found a herder that guided us through the wilderness of Billington on the backs of burdened beasts, the rumbling of drills and engines. Good boy, good boy. Petit boy? Are we really not going to yawn, Doctor? We're going somewhere else to cure your sickness, but there's no cure for orpathy. There's no such thing as an impossible puzzle, Amiya. There's a place called Babel, where people I trust are working hard to fight this disease. Let's work with them. Will I have to spend a long time there? Sometime at least, but don't worry. There'll be a lot of people with you, caring for you. I'll be there too. Doctor, do we really have to go? Lots of sick kids went away to get treated, but no one came back. Orpathy doesn't hurt at all. I promise I'll be good, Doctor. Right, Savage? Yes, Amiya's always been a good girl. Are you sure you don't want to rethink this, Doctor? Billy's ill with orogenium every day. We know what orpathy can do. Stay here in Rim Dillington, at least we can give her a home. Maybe that's more important than the cold walls of a laboratory. Home? You have a point, but I just can't stand by and watch orogenium hurt her. I have an obligation. Mia, I promise you, I'll do my best to cure you, no matter what happens. That's very, very wholesome. You know, earlier he didn't make promises lightly, so he means it. He fucking absolutely means it. Savage does have a point, though. Babel isn't a place that's not entirely safe. You can stay with Savage if you don't want to leave Rim Billington. I'm sorry to force this decision on you at such a young age, but you're a strong girl, and we'll respect your choice. Mantra's right, Mia. No need to knee-jerk an answer. Think carefully about it. I trust you, Doctor. I want to have a future. I want to grow up, read books with you, travel with Savage. I'm a little scared. Thank you, Amiya. The doctor pats Amiya's head, then picks her up and climbs onto the burden beast. They hardly sat down when the ground begins to shake, turning up clouds of dust. What's going on? Underneath our feet. That must be a deep digger. It's spooked the burden beast. Watch out. Panicked. Stay, boy. Hang in there, Doctor. Me. The burden beast rears up its hind legs, giving out a loud cry and charges forward. The rest of the pack follows. Yeah. They run towards a shallow shoal, splashing water everywhere. Is it all the doctor can do in the fur? It is all the doctor can do to grab the fur on the back of the burden beast and hang on for dear life. Amiya's eyes are wide open in the chaos. With one hand on the burden beast, she stretches out the other towards the doctor. Grab my hand, Doctor. Angry. Celery. I have to get them to... Hang on, it's speeding up. I'm trying. Hang in there, Doctor, I'm coming. Hurry. He's gonna fucking fall off. What? In the end, I was thrown from the back of the burden beast into the water. My hindquarters and back burned with pain, and I gagged on the water rushing into my nose. But it almost made me feel like I was truly living on this land after spending almost half a year traveling across it. I heard the sounds of my life surging. Summer, 1091. Hasdale. No more messenger stations from here on. Villagers become sparse and bandits become frequent. I'm afraid we have to part ways here, Savage. Why? The region ahead is in turmoil. You'll be in danger if the mercenaries spot you. You and Amaya will be in danger too, won't you? I'll be fine. I've come this far. I've seen your journey through to the end. Harlot, thank you. The Tatus ears quiver at the mention of the Tatus's ears quiver at the mention of Marina, and she glances at the doctor. A few months is neither long nor short. True, it comprised only a tiny part of her lifetime, but it was also a span of a few hundred days filled with countless unforgettable experiences. Underneath the setting sun, before the sand beats, beneath the ebbs upon this land, she had enjoyed the journey, even if she never fully understood her quiet companion and the many strange and curious ideas that the companion had. The Tatus, who goes by the name of Savage, sighs. What can she do? She's not as smart as the doctor. Will you come and visit, Savage? Of course. The doctor said Babel's new base is being worked on by Billy engineers, right? Maybe we'll see each other soon. Then I'll be waiting for you, Savage. Good girl, Mia. Now, I need to figure out how to take you and the doctor through the wilderness. You and Mia stay here and rest for a while. Doctor, I'll see if the transport hub ahead has any good vehicles for hire. Doctor. Whoa! We have time to say goodbye? The longer we stay here, the more dangerous it gets. The Tatus girl seems rather determined. It's better for both of you to part ways here. I suppose you're right. You won't wait for Savage? Sometimes, Mia, we have to do bad things for good reasons. We don't want Savage to be in danger, do we? She doesn't want to leave you. It's rude to leave without saying goodbye, but that way, Savage won't face danger. I promise we'll get to see her again. Can I leave a note for Savage? She'll be worried if she comes back to find us gone. Good thinking. Go ahead and write one. Okay. Her Highness wants to meet with you alone. Things not going well. Else tells it. Now is not the time. We'll leave once the girl has written her note. Alright. Can we trouble you with the note? Certainly. I'll leave it where she's sure to see it. Long voyage. Ah. Alright. What the fuck?
Ready to go.
Nah, shit. Bleh. Finish the job, my dear. I keep forgetting to swap out fucking, blue poison. An oopsie daisy on my part, but it's fine.
So this is a battlefield.
You can't stop me.
Let's put an end to this as soon as possible.
I'll put him there, and I'm gonna put.
Do not disrupt my thought process.
Bravery shall overcome evil.
I'll put Schwarz here.
Yes?
Do not disrupt my thought process.
And Citizen here.
Do not disrupt my thought process.
Let's see.
Cut them to pieces.
Two more, so we'll put Lapland here.
I have an idea.
We'll put Silver Ash up here. If it gets too bad, I'll retreat Bagpipe.
I have an idea.
You message me. Another nobody. All right, another just server announcement. I fucking love it. It's not putting him off.
I have an idea.
There's just like like what? It's the guy. It's the night cook from fucking SpongeBob. He just like has a kid on his head. Why is he just there? Oh, another one. How nice.
Standing by.
Kill Hoshi. I mean, fucking Bagpipe.
Or art thou not but a jester?
Oh. Oh yeah, he got fucking ripped to shreds. Whoop. Oh, that was her fucking buff. Let's see.
Fool, for what reason hast thou come?
Standing by.
We're gonna replace Bagpipe Hoshi,
One step forwards.
and we'll replace Texas with fucking the Mudsick.
Fool flaunting his gallantry.
Mudrock, the destroyer, and we'll put blue poison here.
My poison is not contagious.
Did I really? I don't have a caster on this team. I really need to fucking put a caster on the fucking team. I just forget. Normally I don't have the child wolf girl, but it's fine.
Poison is.
What the fuck? Why did he just walk past? Huh? Excuse me?
Honey to me. Poison.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Mission accomplished.
Huh? Okay, I guess. I need to redo that fucking mission. Oh, that's fantastic. Towards Island of Babel. How's progress? Closure. The last thing I needed is another core system control failure. Well, since you had to bring it up, I might run into a little problem. Even with the tricks you taught me, the encryption methods used by many of the parts programs are almost incomprehensible to a normal brain, and my decoder isn't fully compatible yet. We may not be able to shut down the system before the doctor arrives on the ship. Try again. If you're not confident about getting it done, then we'll go to the contingency plan, cutting off power to the entire ship. Leave it to me. Seems like you're still keeping a lot of secrets, though. I've never seen anyone make you so nervous. That's not important. What's important is making sure nothing happens to the ship. Essalon report says the doctor looks like an ordinary person, a pretty decent one too, who picked up a stray little Takis and carried her all the way across the land. Do we really have to be so on edge? It's not the doctor that I fear. Then what is it? You don't need to know yet. Wipe the doctor's boarding records. This is for the safety of both the doctor and Babel. The others don't need to know that the doctor exists until the doctor and Theresa have reached a conclusion. Alright, I'll work on it. But I wonder why you seem to care a lot about this doctor at the same time that you're so on guard over the whole thing. I've got it! The doctor must have dirt on you! Don't bother, you won't find it. Come on, why so serious? What about the girl? Same conclusion, no change. I cross-checked all relevant Rim Billington records and had Stout checked with informants inside the military commission. Mia's background comes through clean. Their parents were killed when the convoy transporting the laser mining module got attacked. The attack itself was pretty coincidental. No one knew they were transporting Stratos related cargo and the military commission was involved. She must have gotten infected in the mess, if not for the doctor, she's spending the rest of her life suffering in Rim Billington. I'll handle the girl's examination and treatment when she's on board. You still concerned about her? Yes, I am. She's too young, and she hasn't had proper treatment since contacting orthopathy. Oh, that kind of concerned. I don't want the doctor's tiredness to be the reason for delaying her treatment. Plus, Teresa would tolerate a gentle child who has the right to choose her future. Mia? Mia? Let me sleep. Where are we? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor's here, sleepyhead. You're almost home. Home? In her half-awake state, Mia feels a warm fingertip brush her cheek. That tickles, don't do that. Whoa. Who are you? I'm Teresa. Teresa, the doctor talked about you. Oh, what did the doctor say? I don't remember. I was having a great carrot cake at the time, though. Teresa should smell nice, be really warm and sweet. What about now? Is she as you imagined her? Yeah, smells good, warm and sweet. Doesn't smell like carrots, though. Not fully awake, I see. Will you come home with us, Mia? Yeah, okay. Outside Rhodes Island of Babel, Castel. A tiny cock is sounding Teresa's arm, leaning against her neck. He pats me on the back and turns toward the doctor, who's clearly tired. Thank you, Teresa. I didn't expect you to come pick us up personally. Like you're not quite an all-knowing doctor. You have much to learn when it comes to childcare, at least. Fair enough. You look different from when you left, Doctor. How was the journey? Saw a lot, learned a lot. There are plenty of interesting things in this great land. Also met a Mia. It was a miracle I was able to save her. Mia, she's even cuter than your letter said. Poor girl, but fortunate in some way. Her condition is getting worse. I needed to bring her in for treatment. How's Babel been in the time I was away? Not quite smooth sailing. We have a lot to deal with, but not everything needs to be handled right away. You must be tired after your journey. Come, get some rest. Thank you, Teresa. Mia, we're home. Doctor, did I fall asleep? Oh, Mia, you're awake. Why don't you come down? Teresa will get tired. She has to keep holding you. Mia nods and jumps down from Teresa's arm. Adorable. Adorable little critter. Will you hold my hand, Mia? Doctor? It's alright, Teresa. Teresa's my friend. You can trust her. You'll be spending a lot of time with her from now on. Okay. Is this Babel? Yes. It's so big. Even bigger than those mining plates. So this is where you used to live? I spent a long time here. A very long time. Is this your home? Yes, Mia. This is the doctor's home. Right, doctor? Yes. It's your home now, too. Will you let us help the doctor take care of you? Alright, I'll do whatever the doctor does. They step onto the elevator, and the Babel logo appears before their eyes. The heavy doors open to welcome them in. Sensing Mia's unease, Teresa puts a hand on her shoulder. What's behind the door? People waiting to welcome you, and the doctor. Are you sure about taking me and the girl in there, Teresa? Why shouldn't I be? I'm glad to have more people calling Babel their home. Many here don't know you, though I'm sure you'll be busy for the next few days. I should represent myself. Good question. You should talk to Tulsa first. She's been waiting for you. Tell her your concerns, your questions, and the secrets in your heart. She would be very sad if you didn't. You could have. If you really want the King of Sartas to reveal the thoughts that you're loath to tell, I will, but I can feel you're still wavering. Let's do it, Mia. Doctor, we'll go to her. Mia, you're a Mia, aren't you? Yes. Tulsa crouches down and gives the girl candy. Thank you for protecting the doctor throughout your journey, Mia. Thank you, Dr. Tulsa. Will you fetch Teresa? We need to do some checks on you. Will they hurt? A little, but the doctor's letters told you a brave girl. Will the doctor be with me? Of course, the doctor has some things to do first, though. It's alright, Mia. Just wait for me here in the ward. I'll be back very soon. Okay. You'll need to do a full checkup later too, Doctor. Alright. Doctor? Yes? You plan on leaving again? No, I think I've traveled enough. If you made up your mind, I'll respect your decision. If nothing else, you're concerned about Mia's health, even though she was a complete stranger to you. There is no fundamental difference between these new lives and us. I'm glad. Glad that you chose hope in the end. Welcome back, Dr. Victor. How's Mia? Blood originium levels are high. Current available inhibitors are not efficient to stabilize her condition. We need to develop new drugs. I need time and resources. Babels are yours to use, Doctor. We're happy to share our research on the warpathy with you. What can I help with you and Totsit in exchange? This is not a transaction. It's one of the core missions of Babel to do everything in our power to help everyone suffering from warpathy. Since the day that Tolsit woke you up, I was convinced that you would help with all of this, just as you helped me. Thank you. Now perhaps I have a chance to ask you this question, Doctor. How do you view this land, Terra? I don't think it's my place to judge. There's no such thing as superior and inferior civilizations. It took a long and hard journey for Terra to evolve to where it is today. Add that to the sick joke that Originium has played on life. You said that Originium did not develop the way you expected. It wasn't supposed to bring such suffering. Mumbles. I sense that you are keeping secrets, but there's nothing false about the sorrow coming from deep within your heart. The sorrow that I can't understand. I want to fix this mistake, but I'm powerless to do so. At the end of the day, civilization largely progresses in similar ways. It all comes to an inevitable endpoint, however bright its lights shine at its peak. Talsit said you didn't give up hope, even in your final day. I had many friends, and even in those days, who faced difficulties far greater than you imagine, with courage and hope that is every bit your equal. But they failed and faded away without exception. We haven't known each other that long, Theresa. I want you to know, why do you do all of this? What is the end that Babel seeks in compromising with the military commission? There's something I want to show you, Doctor. We had to ask you about Originium sooner or later, that's why Kulsit woke you up. Please, come and see the results of my brief time at work. We're almost there. This place is barren, even by the standards of the catastrophe-heavy region. The closure has spent time and effort maintaining this dangerous little trail. A fort trail in the midst of Originium formations. You're not keeping any fewer secrets than I am. The King of Sarkaz has to have a few secrets, right? Don't tell anyone that what you see here. A long trek through the Originium-filled wasteland leads to a small garden. In the heart of the catastrophe amidst ruins on the nameless plain that neither night nor the stars can find, tiny white specks mark this little sanctuary, isolated from the rest of the world and the wilds around it. Even the wind seems soft to her. It is a forgotten greenhouse that harkens back to a time in the distant past when the lands were still pure and untainted. Like when man stole fire from up above and lit a corner of the night sky, Teresa picks up a white flower. This place represents the cutting edge of Babel's and I's research into Originium. Flowers? No, Originium. I'm sure you understand it's not Originium arts that made these flowers blue. The information inherent in Originium, the reversal of the assimilated universe. We've already come this far. When did no race understands Originium than the Sartas? Still, what we know is merely the tip of the iceberg compared to the entirety of Originium. Even if it's all helping us understand that the furthest we have gone is transforming a palm-sized region of active Originium into this garden. Hope. This little flower is my small contribution. I need your help, Doctor. I want to see the day when flowers cover the cliffs and valleys of Tazdil and all the lands beyond. It's a future worth taking risks for. You've seen how Tazdil has been mired in war for its entire history, Doctor. Right now, at least, I want us to use the power of Originium to create a home for Tazdil, where people can live in peace, safe from war and invasion. In the more distant future, if we're able to fully harness it, we'll be able to change the entire face of Terra. Catastrophes don't bring rains of Originium, but soft, fluffy clouds. The infected no longer suffer the pain of rocks growing out of them. I don't suppose there's anyone who would have such an absurd dream. We're different from the other Sarkas, Theresa. Flowers that cover the entire land. What a picture of life that would be. Doctor? Why this flower? Oh, there's no particular reason. I just happened to come across it outside the valley when I was looking for a good place for my experiments. A pure coincidence. Also, it said that in a name, snow and summer. It's adapted to changes over the years. Perhaps we could give it a new name. What do you think, Doctor? A new path is open. Yep. A path of self-destruction. Can you hear me, Theresa? I'm listening. I was giving a doctor a tour of our urgent news from Tasdale. It concerns Victoria.
Good. Finished before my clothes got dirty.
Alright, yeah, I gotta fucking do the mission again because one motherfucker got through. Aye. Let me do it again. I need someone with actual arts damage. I don't. You are nice, citizen, but I need a proper caster. Mia, or maybe. Mildo Knight. Whip out the skill.
I'm coming.
I want to get the 3 stars, damn it. I need the fancy rock.
Honor your orders. Move out.
Yep. Spatula giant. Oh, unblockable. They're unblock.
I'll do my best
That is
to make
point
sure no
5.
one gets hurt.
Draw swords.
The battle.
Shut up.
Let's see.
Very well.
Orders. Benevolence shall save lives.
The fool flaunting his gallantry reaches none with his vanity.
I need the chain to go back here. But Lapland here.
Why so serious?
Actually,
Thy pleas falleth upon deaf ears.
Schwarz.
A solid. Cut them to pieces.
Let's put an end to this as soon as possible.
Thy pleas falleth upon deaf ears.
Why so serious?
Do not disrupt my thought process.
Fuck.
I won't be afraid.
What a ruckus. I have an idea.
Lady Salon may.
Stay calm, my friend.
Come on, fuck off.
Cut them to pieces.
As expected.
Orders. Benevolence shall save lives.
Come on. I mean, I could have put Schwarz like down here and use her 3rd ability.
Where am I needed?
I'm just hoping this chain is enough. am lacking in the arts damage.
Thou mine worthy enemy, or art thou naught but a jester?
Unworthy of my shots.
Please, don't run. If you know what's good for you.
What a ruckus.
Orders, please. Discipline strengthens the will.
Okay. That one felt a bit iffy.
Weaklings.
But I got it. I got more sugar. Oh, let me show you about the rewards stuff. Okay, one more, and then I can get Ada. Lots of the sugar lumps. Okay, what I'm seeing is okay, that path is so what I'm seeing is, oh, can they come in? Setting up people here. Set up people along that strip in here. Set people here. There, and then. Ugh. It is late. I think I'll just let people enjoy their Sunday nights. Nah, I wanna. I had a nice little stream. We'll just rate. Oh. Message? Nope. Hope? Interesting? Dreams? If Flying's high at hill too, you know, give him a high.
Studio hotkeys and oh yeah, the hotkeys is not much you can do about that. Not much you can do about that, sadly.
Yuppie!
Yuppie! Hello, raiders! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Hello, hello. Nice to meet you. Welcome in. Happy time, Jordan. Jordan. See the bug on the ground. Aha! Handle. How's Arknights? Thank you so much for the raid. Hello. Welcome in. I hope you had a cozy stream. Are you winning? I basically just started. I'm not winning. You know? Doing my best. Hi, waiters. Hello, waiters. Umji.